we go, man. Rated M gang, man. How's everybody doing this week, man? I don't know, man. It's something different in the air, man. Mo went into our group chat and said, "Man, boys, today's the day." And for some reason, it just felt like a good podcast day. We don't know why. We just felt it in the air. It feels so long. But a week will do that to you. But Rated M gang, how's everybody doing? Before we get started on our segments and what we got on the show, make sure I personally want to promote this heavily. So please make sure to join our Discord. We got a very big Rated M community in there. If you're watching on YouTube live streaming, or if you're watching this in the video format after it gets off live stream, link's going to be down in the description. If you're listening on Apple Music and Spotify, make sure y'all join up. Rated M Discord. We have a big community in there. We all look after each other. We be having watch-alongs, talks about fucking wrestling. We talk about sports. We talk about the whole thing. It's a big community. So join up. We a real family in there. Everybody's up all the time, so there's always somebody active. There's never a dull moment. But please join up. And if you guys haven't already, a lot of y'all per YouTube are not subscribing. Y'all fucking watch our shit. So come on, man, subscribe
every week.
Come on, bro.
Watch every week.
Do it
every
for
week.
6, bro.
Yeah, do it for almost every fucking week. You guys come in and you're not even subscribed. You might as well just fucking subscribe. You're gonna watch every single time. Episode. Unfortunately, Cam got some business to handle. He got a meeting where he's gonna make more bread. So shout out Cam.
Right.
But we have a name for this trio. We're calling ourselves the new B3 because it's not the OG3 because it's Cam, but since it's me, it's the new B3. Obviously, we got the GOAT. Honestly, I call him the Iron Man of Rated M. Khris, right here, the Iron Man, the true Iron Man. You see his face almost every fucking day. And then with us right here, we got the man, the myth, the legend, the face of our product, the face of the brand, Mr. Rated M Wrestling himself, Mosive. Then
what's going on.
You got me, the Glazer of Glazers, Lewis Knows Tunes. Honestly, like I said, we all came in. It was a really good day. It felt like a really good day. It felt like a nice podcast day. We all been eating. Let's be honest. Personal lives been shaky for us. Been rough.
Yeah. So
it feels good to come here. So I just want to ask y'all, man. Chat also personally, how everybody doing mentally, aside from the pro wrestling side, because that's what we gonna do that. But as I chat, how y'all doing mentally? You boys, how y'all doing mentally? Everything okay? Everything good? And let's start with that. Making sure, what I'm saying. Like I said, we a big community. We really want to push that. So hopefully everybody okay. How y'all boys doing? Y'all all right?
Hey man, I woke up today, bro. I can't complain, bro. Taking it day by day.
Amen to that. I got to spend the morning with my daughter for once.
Hell yeah.
That was great.
It's good shit, man.
But I love this, bro. I love the fact that, once a week throughout all the bullshit that we go through on our daily, we could just all come here to this one spot and just bullshit for 2-3 hours and just have a good ass time.
Yeah.
Man, this I don't know why, man. When Mo sent that in the chat, man, it just felt like it felt like a good day, man. So
yeah,
like I said, before we get started, join that Discord. There's always somebody active. You know what I'm saying? Whether y'all need to talk. Shout out to Khris, by the way. His new venting channel made it on Rated M, and it's been a hit. It's been a banger. A lot of people have been using it. A lot of people have been giving great advice. A lot of people have been, bonding with people because of it. So that's been a good thing. So shout out Khris for making that venting thing happen. Again, join it. And shit, guys, what a Monday Night Raw that was, right?
It was solid. I thought it was all right.
Damn, bro.
The main event was I'm like Ahmed in the chat. I want to know Lewis's thoughts on that main event because you've been openly very critical on Jey Uso. So I want to hear your thoughts on that match.
I like I said, I'm a guy that'll always give credit where credit is due. If Jey Uso is being portrayed like this is the world champ I want to see. I'm tired of that yeet shit. And I'm not the yeet shit specifically, but I'm just like, you're the world champ now, man. When there's a threat in front of you, it's time to go. Like, I'm cool with you playing around with the crowd if you're doing your own little promo, but it's time to get it on. And it was a good match. It was a good match. Seth and Jay had a really good match in the past, so this didn't surprise me. Yeah, I thought everything was solid. Very chaotic. Felt like an Attitude Era main event. Just motherfuckers coming out left and right. Uh, it was good. Jay Uso looked very strong. I'm cool with it. They're foreshadowing that Jay and Seth, there's going to be more to do in that avenue since it ended in a DQ. And Jay Uso has a lot of really good avenues as world champion right now. He got the thing with Logan. Then he got Seth wide open. Sami Zayn's heel turn is very wide open. So he got a lot of good avenues. Jey Uso is on a nice path to have a credible reign. So far, no complaints.
So far, I ain't gonna lie though, bro. That match, it got me a couple times, bro. It got me a couple times. There was like for a half a second, but I really thought Seth was about to fuck up his entire year.
Oh. Man, okay. There's a part of me like y'all know I like Jey Uso. I got his merch and everything. I've been a big fan of him for a while, but I really want Seth to get it done. There's a big part of me that really wants him to get it done. I've become more and more of a Seth Rollins fan this year. I don't know why. Yeah. He's not even doing his best work, but it's just like I'm starting to gain that like legend appreciation for him. Like oh, you're top 10, so I respect you on that level. Mm-hmm. type of respect. I don't have him in my 10, but he's in that conversation. But yeah, I really want him to get it done, and I just feel like he'll be a better champion than Jey Uso.
You think in the long feud that brought that shit out?
So
maybe a little fire under him. Like I haven't seen this fire under him since like the World Heavyweight Championship reign. And like, if you want to go back 2018,
are we at that point already? Because you could argue it's probably too soon. Are we at that point now where you can put Punk and Seth like at the higher end of each other's like rivalries like list?
It's getting there, and I don't think they've peaked yet. I agree. I feel like they have one more match to do.
Yeah.
I feel like there is.
I wouldn't mind if it was Hell in a Cell.
I think they're going to have two more matches. I think one is going to be the tag match. I think eventually we're going to have CM Punk and Roman face off against Braun and Seth. I think that match has to happen. And then eventually we'll finally get Seth and CM Punk to end the trilogy since it's 1-1. Mm-hmm. And then that would probably transition into Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins.
Yeah. What I could also see is Seth winning the World Heavyweight Championship after Jay's had a decent little run with it. And then we have Punk and Seth. Maybe that's where Punk wins his first world title since coming back to the company. Because I think him winning a world title is inevitable.
So here's the thing, right? With the way they're portraying Jey Uso, I think it's fair to say he's going to get a decent title reign, right? More than likely, right? The way they're portraying him, he's going to coast for about 4 months. Same time length as like Damian Priest or whatever. What would be the right time? Do you trust him to carry it to SummerSlam? I personally think Clash in Paris would be a perfect time to end it right there, personally. But
who would you do it with? Would you do Seth? Would you do somebody else?
I think Seth is definitely the guy. I think so.
It'd be kind of, I don't know. I feel like it'd be kind of an L to have this new group and have Rollins lead it. And for as good as he is, but to not carry around gold for the long run, bro. I don't know. It wouldn't really fit the motive of what the group is going for. Because now Paul Heyman's whole thing is now everything that Paul was doing with Roman, he's trying to be that with Seth now. So you can't be that without the gold now.
Yeah, and on top of that, like the whole point of Seth mentoring Braun is he's trying to teach him how to be the top guy of the company, and I don't know how you can teach Braun to be the top guy in the company without one of the top prizes in the entire
company. Exactly.
To me, that's where I feel like needs to happen. That's the direction they should go in. But like I said, it seems like Jey Uso is going to have a very, very all right title reign. So we'll see how shit goes.
I'm willing to see it out. He's already had one solid match with Rollins, and not for nothing. No offense, Gunther, the man's a hooper in his own right, but the match was better than the Mania match.
It was,
no doubt. The false finishes really got me on both ends.
Yeah.
So. It was Seth Rollins. It's seeing Seth Rollins do the fucking suplex Falcon Arrow transitioning to the curb stomp was wild.
Man, that's one of my favorite moves that he does is the superplex into the Falcon. Like every time I have a created wrestler, that's my finish.
But matches like this, also show me the type of superstar Seth is. Like when people say he's the current day Shawn Michaels, like that's like I feel that, bro. He's literally on that. He's on that trajectory. You can put him in there with literally anybody, and he's that fucking guy, bro.
Consistent as
And
fuck, bro. He's never lost a beat.
And I've been feeling like that since even like 2015. And he solidified to me in 2018. I was like, yeah, you're literally having a banger. He had a banger with Mojo Rawley, bro. Like,
bro, I think he's I think at most, like if I'm looking at in-ring performers in WWE history, he's maybe like probably 6 or 7 on my list. Like he's top 10 lock for in-ring performers.
That's not crazy. That's not crazy.
No, he's like, a top 10 lock, yeah.
Because like so I would say like Mount Rushmore for like WWE performers. Like obviously you got your Shawn's in there, AJ's, Eddie's. I have the Angle in there, and then after that would be like your what, your Bitchwas, your Bretts, then your Seth. So like I have like 7. Got him at like 7.
Bitchwa never fails to make me laugh.
Brett getting his flowers.
I mean, that's the best thing he does. So I mean, it's kind of hard to deny.
I mean, yeah.
Like a lot of the best matches in company history. You know. But, I agree. Seth's top 10 lock in ring. The man can wrestle a freaking broomstick. I know it's corny to say, but it's true. And have a great match. 100%.
Jason's go ahead.
Even through all like the back injuries through 2023 when he was World Heavyweight Champ, the inaugural World Heavyweight Champ, bro. He was at the time, bro. He was backpacking everything,
bro. The
great match with Jinder,
bro. The amount of times he was wrestling, like my man's was wrestling Damian. Then the next week he went to NXT to face Braun. Then after that he was facing fucking Finn. Like, bro, my man's was out here elevating that championship, bro.
People were so pissy during that reign because they wanted these guys who were never going to win the World Heavyweight Championship, myself included. I wanted Shinsuke Nakamura to win at Fastlane, but in the long run, that would have been number 1, a terrible move. Number 2, he ended up having a great run that we all just complained about.
Yeah,
you see, I love the run that he was on. Like, I hate that people think in order to have a good reign, you need to beat these lower card guys. Like, dude, what made Roman's reign so legendary was the people that he was beating. And not only the people he was beating, but the way he was beating them. Like, not only was he beating Bryan and Edge, but he was stacking them on top of each other, pinning them at the same exact time.
That was tough.
Like, my man's was out here beating Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. Like, my man's was beating Brock Lesnar in fashion we haven't fucking seen before. Like, there's, like, that's what made his reign so legendary. So Seth Rollins is over here beating people, and he's telling a story his entire reign that his body's breaking down, and people just seem to fucking have that go over their head, and it's stupid. Like, you have a fighting world champion that's willing to die for the belt, which is a champion that you guys wanted because you hated what Roman Reigns has become, and yet he's still getting a slander for it. It's crazy.
Seth was literally, his goal as champion was literally to be the anti-Roman Reigns. But he said that from before he won the championship, and then he went on and did that, and then people, again, myself included, I hold myself accountable, complained.
Shit, he was also reviving people and elevating people. Like, Jinder hasn't been that good since fucking Braun Breaker, like, hasn't had a bigger match fucking since he faced Seth at Gold Rush. Finn Balor hasn't been the same, like, since Seth Rollins. Like, hasn't had a great program since Seth Rollins. Shinsuke Nakamura hasn't had a great program since Seth Rollins. Like, there's so many people that had their best program recently with fucking Seth Rollins, man. And it just pisses me off that people don't want to consider this guy in top 10 conversations or all-time great conversations. Like, this man is, aside from Roman Reigns and Cody, like, this man is also on his own generational run, and y'all just sweeping it under the rug because of Roman and Cody, and I hate that.
I mean, shit. I mean, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think Seth, the reason why I compare him to Shawn Michaels so heavily is because I know people are going to mention 2019. So outside of 1 year, he, just like Shawn Michaels, he may not have the peak of Roman. He may not have the peak of Cody. Like Shawn didn't have the peak of Austin. He didn't have the peak of Cena, right? But what those two guys had was the consistency. They were consistently giving you something good at one point or another. That's what Sean did. That's what Seth is doing now. And I think people get lost in that.
Seth, he has a footprint. First of all, Discord. Let me fucking force quit you because you're fucking crazy. But like with Seth, he literally has a footprint everywhere. Like when we're talking about some of the greatest matches in WWE history, he has that. When we're talking about some of the greatest factions in WWE history, the faction that he was a part of is arguably the greatest faction of all time. When we're looking at some of the greatest mid-card champions in history, like he's one of the best mid-card champions of this fucking era. When we're looking at some of the greatest world champions in history, his past title reign is one of the greatest world title reigns we've ever seen in our fucking lives. People, like, he literally gave us the longevity of it with being a champion for over a year, and he gave us the quality of the matches over it. When we're talking about some of the best storytellers, he has that. When we're talking about character workers, he's an underrated character worker. Like, everywhere he goes is literally legendary. Even in the tag team title scene, dominant tag team with Roman, and then multiple time tag team champion. He won it with Ambrose, won it with with Strowman. The amount of times this dude has been a double champion. Like, dude, this man is literally walking legendary after legendary after legendary moment, and people just like to sweep him under the rug.
I mean,
he was Seth Rollins.
He was tag team champions with Jason Jordan at one point too, right?
Yep. I kind of enjoy the team.
The Champions Club.
That shit was funny. It was corny, and it was supposed to be because he was going to turn
man,
heel,
I face palm, man. Fuck that.
That was the point.
I think one of the more underrated things.
What?
Yeah, see this shit, man.
I was going to talk about that in a second. We'll get to that.
I think one of the more underrated things that Seth Rollins has done in recent memory is the work he was putting in with Bronson Reed last year. He brought out the best in Bronson Reed, and if not for the injuries that he sustained in War Games, Bronson Reed would have had a prominent position on Mania this year, I believe.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
He probably would have been in that Fatal 4-Way. They probably would have made it a Fatal 5-Way. Who knows?
Right.
For the IC title. So.
Yeah, you could have walked out with that bitch.
But like now with Seth, the position that he's in, like he's doing more elevation. Like he's gonna set up Braun Breaker, and now eventually when we look at Braun Breaker's career, like we gotta have to mention Seth Rollins. Like there's so many people that we just can't talk about without Seth Rollins. Like when we're talking about like some of Miz's greatest rivals, we can't talk. Like you got to bring up Seth Rollins. We talk about Roman Reigns. His best rival is Seth Rollins. When we're talking about Evolution, their best feud as a entire faction was with the fucking Shield, more than likely. Like a lot of people, like almost everything is centered with Seth Rollins' name on it. When we talk about Cody, you don't bring up the rise he has without talking about that feud with Seth Rollins. We don't talk about Cody in the same limelight we do if Seth Rollins don't put this fucking dude over with a torn pec. Like the amount of elevation this guy has continued to do, and people sweep him under the rug is crazy to me.
Disrespect.
What's so perfect about what you said? Because it brings me to a rant I told Discord I was going to go on. Because I'm going to go on 3 separate rants on this show. I'm going to just start with this one. Because that was a perfect transition to what I was going to go into.
What you about to say?
This has to do with Seth Rollins in one way, because I'm going to talk about his wife.
Oh, fuck. Stone Cold? Stone Cold? What the fuck?
Yeah, so what ended up happening was I saw Ospreay's name, and I kind of got angry.
That's crazy. No, I came on here on the Raw watch along and said this for a minute, and I'm going to say it again. To all of y'all that try to argue that Becky Lynch is not the women's GOAT in WWE, to me, that comes off as a lot of nuh-uh. Like, that's all you want to say is nuh-uh. So, reason why I say that is what really like sparked that in my mind was what happened on Monday with Lyra. Lyra Valkyria had her best moment outside of winning the IC title, had her best moment on the main roster she's had in an entire year off a promo where she absolutely cooked Becky Lynch. She absolutely cooked. We have not seen that level of anything interesting out of Lyra this entire run she's been on the main roster, this entire run she's been IC champion. And it just goes to show a lot of these people And it made me think a lot of these people that we consider all-time greats in WWE for women's wrestling, a lot of their best work comes attached with Becky Lynch, whether it's a match, whether it's a feud, or it's both. Let's go down the list. Charlotte Flair's best feud, Becky Lynch.
Facts.
Bianca Belair's best match and feud, Becky Lynch.
Facts.
Like Rhea Ripley's best feud, Becky Lynch. Like it just goes on and on and on. And let's talk about the people
Lyra's
actually,
best
like,
feud,
elevated.
Becky
Lyra's
Lynch.
best feud is about to be Becky Lynch. Yeah.
It still
in
is.
NXT. In NXT too. Like they had a great match in NXT.
Tiffany Stratton's best feud, Becky
and
Lynch.
match, Becky Lynch. Like all these people we consider Trish Stratus's best match out of her entire career, Becky Lynch in that steel cage. Say what you want about the feud, because I will. But the match itself, amazing. Best match Trish will ever have. Like y'all gotta stop this, bro. Y'all gotta stop this. Just because you don't like her accent, that doesn't mean she's any less great. On top of her peak being the greatest women's peak we've ever seen in professional wrestling. Toni Storm is getting there, but she was never the face of a major professional wrestling company the way Becky Lynch was in 2019. The way Becky Lynch made the whole women's division in late 2018, early 2019 feel like the most important thing in WWE at the time outside of NXT. Like, bro, y'all gonna cut it out with all this shit.
What's super unfair to Becky Lynch? You guys know I wasn't there on No Name because my wife was acting up or whatever. But y'all already know I keep it funky with y'all. What was said on No Name, and I'm gonna say it when I'm on there on Sunday. What was said on No Name was a bunch of fucking bullshit. Now, I don't know homegirl's name. She's been on our pod before, but again, I don't remember people like that. We have too many people on. But what is not fair to say about Becky is, I don't understand her character. I don't really feel I don't connect with her, which is fine. But then in the same breath say, well, I feel like all Becky really has is that she really rides her fans and she rides, the momentum of her fans because she reached a certain level of stardom. What top person does not ride the momentum of the fans? CM Punk does it. Roman Reigns does it. Cody does it. Hogan did it. Stone Cold. The reason we talk about him is because of the peak. What is the peak mainly based off of? Crowd reactions, merch sales, because of the fans. Maivia is literally the biggest star in fucking Hollywood, and he rides that because of the fans. So why are we holding something against her that she is supposed to do? Is it not a wrestler's job to get over to the point where your fans carry you and it doesn't matter what you do? You don't have to work hard on your character like that anymore because the fans love you so much. Becky has earned that right. You know who hasn't earned that right? Charlotte. You know who hasn't earned that right? Bayley. They don't earn that right. They haven't earned that right. You know who hasn't earned that right? Rhea fucking Ripley. Despite her getting Rockstar reaction, she still hasn't earned that right. So again, why are we taxing a person for getting over to the point where they're loved no matter what? Cena was literally giving y'all some bum-ass feuds, some bum-ass matches, some bum-ass performances the past 5 years, but everybody swept it under the rug because you know why? Because he's John fucking Cena. That's why. Because he's John fucking Cena. But y'all don't want to talk about it. Randy Orton the past couple years, bum-ass matches, bum-ass feuds, mid-ass stories, but we sweeping under the rug because he's Randy fucking Orton. So yes, Becky did get to a certain level where her stardom does carry her a little bit, but do you know why? Because she's earned that right. She's put in that work. She's overcame her character. She's gave you the feuds, the matches, the stories, and the quality. So she's earned that right to be able to coast the rest of her career with fan reactions. So do not put this stigma on Becky Lynch and not be consistent with everybody else. Because Undertaker is my GOAT, but the last damn near 7 years of his career was fucking trash. It was fucking trash. But everybody gave it a pass because everybody fucking creamed when they heard the gong noise. It's true. So stop holding it against Becky Lynch for doing her job.
Yeah, 100% agree. And again, great transition because it goes into rant number 2. And this has to do with Bayley. And I want to make this clear before I go on the rant I'm about to go on, because this is about Bayley, but this is not towards Bayley. So let's make this clear. So since WrestleMania, when Bayley was replaced off the WrestleMania card, people were up in arms like, why is she being disrespected? Why is she not being presented this way, that way, whatever, right? I hear y'all. I do. I feel like Bailey was disrespected for a long time, and to an extent, I still agree that she is right. To me, she's one of the greatest of all time. She's one of my favorites of all time. That woman has given me immense joy throughout her entire career. Big fan of Bailey. I have no hate towards that woman whatsoever. And Jonathan Coachman, calling her nothing, that's a bit much because she's one of the greatest of all time. Relax.
The fuck?
This has to do with the people crashing out. I'm talking to y'all. Where was this energy when Bailey was women's champion? When y'all were giving her minimal reactions? Granted, it's because her booking was mid. But where were these reactions when she was women's champion? When she lost the title? You know, when she was facing Lyra, the matches were barely getting a reaction from the crowd. It's not like y'all were sitting there actively like giving her this LA Knight type popularity treatment. When Bailey used to come out, a lot of times it was crickets.
Facts.
So now y'all are crashing out being like, oh, Becky Hogan. Oh, Becky Hogan. Oh, y'all disrespecting Bailey. Oh, Bailey needs to be put in this position. Bro, let's keep it a buck. Bailey's peaked.
Yeah.
Not to say she can't still do great work, but she's peaked.
She peaked.
Y'all crashing out. Yeah, y'all crashing out and acting like, oh, she's being disrespected way too much. She's one of the greatest of all time. What more can she really add to her legacy? You can make a case she's a top 5 women's wrestler of all time. So
yeah.
Got her too because of her peak and the quality she gave us at her peak. But also, real shit. Let's add more fucking gasoline to the fucking fire.
Let's do it.
They wasn't giving you energy for Bailey, but do you know what they were giving energy on Bailey about? Every time she broke the internet when her fucking dresses were loose. Let's face it. Every time y'all only spoke about Bailey, it was because she was wearing some pants that was showing some part of her cheeks. That's all y'all cared about. Only time y'all spoke about Bailey. When Bailey cut that promo on EO, where she said y'all were talking behind my back, and she took some Japanese classes, y'all didn't talk about the promo. Y'all talked about the pants she was wearing. The pants that could see her little panties. That's what y'all was talking about. That promo Nia Jax cut on Bailey, talk about BBL Bailey. Y'all didn't care about the feud. Y'all only talked about BBL Bailey and made more memes about Bailey. So the entire time, y'all never cared about Bailey. Y'all cared about what you saw behind her. Just keep it in a buck. That's the only time I ever heard about Bailey. Real shit.
Facts. So all I'm saying to y'all folks, don't be hypocrites. Don't pretend like y'all was giving her this energy, like y'all was cheering her like y'all have been cheering Becky Lynch, because y'all weren't. Let's just keep it a buck. Sorry.
It's that fake hatred, bro.
I feel like, and I'm gonna say this one last time. The Becky Hogan allegations, because she won a set of tag team championships that I would like to predict about 75 to 80% of y'all wish didn't even exist.
Man,
Stop being bots, please. Please.
I'm so fucking over this like stench that wrestlers have creative control. Like, unless you're The Rock, who's literally like the fucking boss, the final boss, or a Roman Reigns or a John Cena, nobody has control over what they do. I don't care who you are, who you work for. Becky Lynch is not calling the shots.
Yep.
No.
She's doing what she's told, and she's doing it to the best of her ability. How are you gonna hate that?
And I would like somebody to give me one person that Becky Lynch is actually buried. And don't give me Bianca Belair.
I was gonna say,
Bianca Belair became a bigger star.
Don't give me
a bigger
Shayna
star
Baszler.
after WrestleMania 38.
Don't give me Shayna Baszler. In her book, she confirmed that she wanted Shayna to go over. It was Vince that made
that was
choice.
that was Vince's bullshit. Yep.
So again, she ain't really ruin anybody like that.
I can point to somebody Charlotte buried twice.
Facts.
Asuka was out of the women's title scene for a whole year.
She ruined Rhea Ripley for over 2 years. She ruined Rhea Ripley. She beat her at NXT for the fucking title, and then when Rhea fucking beat Asuka at Mania for the Mania the following year for the title, Charlotte took it off of her. Then we had that bullshit with Nikki ASH and all that shit. So again, let's not really talk about it. I really don't want to get into these fucking convos, bro. But Bailey, I've always said this on here, on No Name, on tweets or whatever. not everybody got to be on Mania.
Thank you.
I've always said
Thank you.
the main draws for WrestleMania should always be the stories. I do not care about name value. I've not once have I ever gave a fuck about name value. I don't care for it. What are the best stories? What needs to be on Mania? What deserves this spotlight? There's no way in hell Bailey doing anything was interesting me that screamed WrestleMania worthy. Lyra, she gets a pass because she's a champion. They wanted to put her in the limelight. That's cool. Becky being on Mania, being her partner, and returning, that's a Mania match. That's a Mania match. That's a return of arguably the GOAT. That's Mania worthy. That is Rockstar reactions. But Lyra and Bailey versus Liv and Raquel is not Mania worthy to me. Never has been. Never will be. Sorry.
And y'all was the same motherfuckers saying that match shouldn't happen. It should be a real women's tag team in that match. That's what y'all said. That's what y'all complain about. And now when Bailey's taken out of the match, oh my God, they're disrespecting Bailey. Oh, Becky Hogan. Oh, shut up.
And you know what's crazy? And you know what's crazy? Lyra's already elevated because when Becky came back, Lyra was double champ. Who cares if it was for a night? Lyra was double champ. She got a picture of her holding 2 belts
at WrestleMania.
She holding 2 belts. She's already elevated. How many people you know double champ like that? First ever women's IC champ, and she double champ, bro. Come on now. And then on top of that, not only is she elevating a talent, she's also elevating a division that's non-existent, dude.
Yep.
Like, what are we doing? And eventually, Bailey's gonna be part of that. And eventually, she's gonna bring Bailey back from the dead and make Bailey the most interesting she's been since the EO feud.
Since she won the
that was a year ago.
Hey, this is a message to all you Liv Morgan fans out there. Y'all better give your flowers to Becky Lynch if you've been hating on her, bro. She's the reason that your girl got that title in the first place.
Yeah, she elevated.
That's where the Becky Hogan. That's the crazy thing. That's where the Becky Hogan allegation started when she won that meaningless battle royal on Monday Night Raw and vacated the title. That's what the allegation started.
What with the title reign that she held for a month?
For a month. That night was one of the most ridiculous Twitter crash outs I think I've ever seen. And when I was like defending Becky, being like, y'all do know Liv Morgan is going to win the championship at Night of Champions. Like, that is the very clear, obvious route that they're going. And it's going to mean more than her winning some meaningless battle royal that was just thrown together on Monday Night Raw.
Becky was also the main domino effect to start the Dom and Liv to start the Dom and Liv on-screen shit of Dom helping Liv. Like, she was that on-screen domino effect where it's like, oh shit, he really helped Liv. What the fuck is going on? Like, bro, Becky's another one, man. Like, her name is literally everywhere, and y'all just refuse to be like, nuh-uh. Like, fuck you talking about, nuh-uh. Shut up.
By the way, being a Becky hater but liking Charlotte, you're weird. Not saying you can't like Charlotte too, but you're weird if you hate Becky but you like Charlotte.
Charlotte is gonna be lucky to be top 5 in the next 5 years. I'm sorry.
He said it, not me. He said it, not me.
My top 3 is locked. Honestly, man, Charlotte don't even sit at the table with Trish Stratus. I need y'all to understand that.
I don't think that's ridiculous to say.
Man, I already told Nate, bro. If you really think Trish Stratus's impact is the only thing that holds her up high, you're smoking dick. With all due respect.
I agree.
Y'all need to go back and watch that tape.
I think she's still.
You got Io over Charlotte already. Hey, listen, I can't wait to get to our segments. Ooh,
this guy. I mean, we could dive into that. But Chris has something to say.
Of the horsewomen, then would Charlotte have given us the least amount of impact?
All right, so that's rough. That's rough. I don't know about least amount of impact.
I'd argue that.
Yeah. I think she's clear cut the worst because listen, we've all been critical. We've all been critical of Sasha Banks, but listen, I can point out better stories Sasha Banks had. Sasha Banks clearly is the best women's in-ring performer we've ever fucking seen. And on top of that, like, Sasha Banks has never, ever gotten to the point where she made the product so incredibly bad. Malik in the No Name group chat said it best. In the 2010s, the three most controversial superstars in the 2010s were the three superstars that whenever they were on TV, they made the product so revoltingly bad. It was Roman Reigns, it was Brock Lesnar, and it was Charlotte Flair. Charlotte, every time she was on TV for the most part, was trash. Now, here's what I'm going to tell y'all. And I told Nate too, because we had a conversation like this. If you are going to hold Roman Reigns back from super all-time conversations because of the big dog, let's have the conversation about Charlotte there.
Yeah.
Y'all ready for that? We can bring it to the table. Man. Because if we really holding Roman Reigns back, because I do, not to an extent, but I say the reason Roman Reigns will always be number 6 is because the big dog put him at an all-time low where it was so bad, and the Tribal Chief dug him out. I don't think Tribal Chief was enough to put him top 5, but at least Roman Reigns is in those conversations, so I understand. But if we're holding Roman Reigns back from top 5 conversations, some of y'all still even hold him back from top 10 conversations. I don't know why at this point.
That's ridiculous.
But some of y'all still hold Roman Reigns back from top 10 conversations, let alone top 5. Let's have the conversation about Charlotte, because even with Roman Reigns' dog shit years, I could point out quality years. 2015, 2016, big dog. Shit, even 2017, he had feud of the year with Braun Strowman. 2018 and 2019 were the only truly dog shit years, but they are all-time bad. So that outweighs the bad. So that outweighs the good Roman Reigns gave us for 3 straight years. But with Charlotte, let's really talk about how many quality years does she truly have. We can include her NXT days. We include in 2014? Okay, cool. 2015? Okay, cool. Divas Revolution. 2016? Good matches, but nothing really worth the fuck. No title reign really worth the fuck. 2017, like I said, good matches, but title reigns not really worth the fuck. 18, 19, 20, 21, ass. 22, ass. 23, she was gone for most of it, came back and beat Ronda Rousey for the title on SmackDown. Ass. Had the match with Rhea Ripley, cool. 24, ass. Most of it, injured. So she has maybe 3 decent years, not even good? Come on, man. Stop it.
Yeah. I never really thought about that with Charlotte. I just think about how robotic she is on the microphone, how she's buried people, how let's make this clear. I think she's still one of the greatest of all time. I still have her in my top 5. But it's like people are not honest about her career. Like I don't see the argument for her over Becky Lynch. I really don't.
That's why I don't see the argument over Trish Stratus.
I don't see her argument over Becky Lynch.
I can point to you a good Trish reign. I can point to you Trish people that Trish elevated. I can point
Mickey?
Like Mickey, Lita, fucking
Charlotte herself.
Like Charlotte herself.
Yeah.
Like, I can point to classic stories that Trish had. We're talking about the Christian and Jericho storyline that she was a part of. We're talking about the Mickey storyline, the Lita storyline, the Becky storyline, whether people like it or not. Like, it's shaky. The shit with Charlotte, the build up, she gave Charlotte one of her best stories. That's why she's not over Trish to me. I can point to that. And relative to era, Trish's matches were good. 10 minutes is all time women got, if they were lucky to get that.
This guy.
Can you guys hear me or not?
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
You can?
You can.
Oh. You can hear me? Is it choppy or anything?
No, you're good.
Okay. All right. Sorry. I just want to come in. Sorry I'm not on the pod today. This thing went good. This thing went good. I'm currently on my way home. I got like a 2-hour drive home. Sorry I wasn't on the pod today. Yes, I'll see you for the SmackDown watching along tomorrow, and I will see you guys next week. Chad, I love you guys. I'm out of here. Bye.
Good, brother. Safety, man.
All right, Cam. Much love. Oh, there we go.
Like I said, gang, people don't want to like, if we tax Roman that much, let's tax Charlotte. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
She is so lucky that now we're getting into a time where women are starting to be properly booked, because God fucking damn it, once Bianca hits that stride, Charlotte moving down more.
Oh my god!
Once Rhea gets it together, Charlotte moving down more.
I don't know about you, Lewis. I already have Bianca over Charlotte.
Bianca's just too small of a sample size right now.
I'm like, she already has the legendary title reign, which Charlotte does not have.
Right.
She doesn't have the negative that Charlotte has.
Yeah.
Right. I think she's better than her talent wise. So it's just like, all she's missing to me is longevity. That's literally it.
Right.
Because honestly, like 20, when she won the Rumble, 21. So 21 to 23. Does Charlotte does Charlotte have a stretch to that level? I don't think she does.
No, she doesn't.
So I'm just like, I don't know what's really holding Bianca back from being over Charlotte at this point.
My thing is, I feel this is where I'm going to counter with the Trish thing. Like, if people think Trish's impact is the reason why she's held so high, I think the reason Charlotte is held so high is because the competition for on an all-time scale is still very weak. It's still very weak. We could shut down the Trish shit. I could rebuttal that. You can't rebuttal the Charlotte. You cannot. A huge reason she's top 5 is because of her matches. And even then, so Charlotte has some of the most dog shit matches in women's history. I don't give a fuck. So many matches she completely underdelivered. So many matches where she's sandbagging people. So many matches where she's ruining the other person's momentum. So many matches we can point out. So I don't. All this hate that Becky gets should really be pointed to Charlotte, and it's very justified.
And it's usually Charlotte or Sasha fans.
Yeah,
that's the sad part.
Usually,
the Sasha fans, I kind of get it. Charlotte fans, y'all.
Like I said, once Bianca has another title reign, it's over with Charlotte. Once Rhea gets her back together, it's over with. I heard Prada Fiend mention Io. That's a little bit iffy to me because I would
hold off.
It's a little bit iffy to me. I got to see how Io's career goes, but Io's looking nice.
She's on her way.
Io's looking nice. I will give you that. Io's looking nice. I don't know if Io could ever, because Charlotte's impact is very huge. Just
off being a horsewoman, yeah.
Yeah, right. It's insanely huge. And on top of that, Io doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, Io on the main roster doesn't have the match quality yet, like that yet. There's still like she has great matches, but it's Charlotte still. So there's still a little ways to go, but
this has been her year. So I think she'll take this year and then skyrocket.
Yeah, Io's looking nice, but that's what I wanted to say. Like y'all be tripping, man. Y'all be tripping. Holding Roman Reigns back as a big dog, but we give a slap on the wrist to Charlotte for giving us 7 straight mid-years.
Why does Lewis always find a way to transition to my next rant every single time?
One last point before we get to that. At least Roman Reigns, bro. At least Roman evolved. I'm sorry, bro, but Charlotte Flair, she hasn't really evolved. She, you got Evolution, the all women's pay-per-view that she was a part of. Great. She helped bring that to the table. She was a huge aspect of why we have
best match on that card.
Yep. Thanks.
You know what's crazy? I don't want to do the revisionist history bullshit because I don't want to give Roman fans too much ammo. But like a huge reason Roman Reigns in 1819 was bad because he was just too much associated with Brock. Whenever he moved away from Brock, he was decent. Like even though some of the shit, the booking was bad, he was decent. Like when he faced against Strowman in Hell in a Cell, the match was good, the ending was trash. So that's how bad it was. When Roman faced Lashley, that feud was fucking awesome. Obviously, it was booked to make Roman look like a fucking douche, fucking overbooked dweeb in the end. But the overall feud leading up to Extreme Rules was awesome. The feud with Samoa Joe was awesome. Every time he stepped away from Brock, he was at least giving me good quality shit at the time. At the time, it was good shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man. But it's so bad because he was with Brock he was married to Brock for 2 years. God.
Well, speaking of Roman, y'all know I'm a big fan of Roman Reigns. Y'all know that already.
Yeah.
But y'all really gonna have to stop underrating his in-ring ability. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop it, bro. Like Stevie, love you, dog. But what's wrong with you? He tried to tell me that him and Roman and Cena are on the same tier all time. No. In terms of in-ring, no. So I think Roman is an all-time great storyteller in ring. I think Roman, when he's put in there with somebody who is we talk about as elite, he goes up to their standard.
Yep.
Whether it was Bryan, whether it was Cesaro, whether like he elevates his game every single time he's in the ring with somebody to that level. Even Sami Zayn, right? And on top of that, Roman, his selling ability shits on Cena's. Cena to me was a bad seller. I ain't gonna lie. When it comes to selling, Cena's
mid of the mid.
Like Roman's in-ring ability. I'm not gonna go on too long, but Roman's in-ring ability, he's him. Because he went from just doing graps when he was the big dog to telling great stories in matches when he became the tribal chief.
Roman's match catalog might be one of the most underrated match catalogs when we talk about legends. Like,
give it a couple years, people will recognize.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad like we're able to take ourselves out of the shit and understand who's on a great run, because that was my thing with Cody too. Like, y'all hate him so much for what? Like get the fuck
Cody
out of the
hates for it.
hatred and understand what this guy's doing. Like, we were
You can't like John Cena and hate Cody Rhodes. I don't get it, bro.
I don't fucking get that.
I don't get it, bro.
The same shit, bro.
I'm sorry, bro. The man wrestled with a torn fucking pec. He deserved to be overbooked after that. I don't give a fuck. He wrestled with a torn pec inside Hell in a Cell. And if you go back and watch the match, Seth was beating the dog shit out that fucking pec. He was in more pain than anything.
It wasn't even like they were like working around it. They were actually using it as a point of contact in the match.
Seth took that kendo stick and went.
It was just
ramming. Wow,
my
God.
I wouldn't have done that personally. Fuck that. I wouldn't have done that.
I'm gonna watch that match again.
That was the day I became a Cody Rhodes fan, because that was the day I knew he was being Roman Reigns. That was the day I was like, yeah, he's the one. That's it. They're not gonna book somebody like that and then not give him the championship. That's it.
I said he ain't winning the Rumble, is he? Oh, he won the Rumble. I said, oh shit.
Oh, I knew that I knew that. I knew he was when he left the Raw after Hell in a Cell. I'm like, yeah, he's coming back to win the Rumble.
I said, oh shit. I said he winning the Rumble. Oh shit, he won the Rumble. Oh, all right.
Yep. I didn't know he was winning back to back. I'll say that.
I don't think anybody. I thought Punk had it. I ain't gonna lie.
I did too.
I had Punk too.
Shame on WWE for pump faking me twice with Gunther. You fucking bitches.
He gonna get one. He gonna get one.
No.
Why?
No.
Why?
No.
Why?
There's just people I look at as Royal Rumble winners. He ain't gonna get that shit.
I don't know if he'll get a main event.
Royal Rumble winners are for draws, man. Gunther's just our lovable wrestler, you know.
To be fair, I'm about to pull a G baby here.
Don't do Del Rio.
Let me play devil's advocate real quick.
Del Rio, bro.
Jack Sweat, not Jack Sweat. Del
That
Rio
don't count. That don't count, dog. That don't count, dog.
Sheamus in 2012 won the Royal Rumble.
Hey, whoa! He was a draw at that time. It was
a draw.
Look who was Sheamus was good as fuck in that time.
No, he was good, but I don't know.
He was over as fuck. Look at that Mania card. Who was he main evented over? Yeah, end of an era, once in a lifetime. Yeah. And then he would and then he
Punk Jericho,
yeah, Punk Jericho. Like, look on the card, bro. He was, of course, he wasn't getting that.
I'll give you that, I guess. I'll give you that.
Can't tell me he wasn't a draw, bro. The man held the fucking world title for almost like 200.
That was an underrated reign. I'll give you that. That was
my man was literally out here, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
People just hated on him because he beat
Nakamura. Nakamura was the draw in 2018.
That's where you start losing me. I wouldn't call him a draw. I'd call him good. I wouldn't call him
the most popular superstar on the planet. My man's was a draw. That's why he got it.
Well, was he? Well, I would say Gargano, but then yeah.
Is it a Vince? No. Is it a Vince move to just randomly have AJ Styles and Nakamura on a Mania call for a world title? No, he knew it was a draw. It was just he poorly booked that shit.
Yeah, he booked it terribly.
But Shinsuke was listen.
That was 7 years ago.
I don't care about wrestling websites. I don't. But when every major news article votes you as the most popular superstar of the year, some shit gotta shake, dude. Some shit gotta shake.
I heard.
But again, I don't count that shit because Miz apparently was the #1 wrestler in 2011. Go look it up.
That's nasty.
I'm being serious. Go look it up, Chad. Apparently, he was the #1 wrestler, and then for 2012,
while having one of the worst world title reigns. Okay.
Apparently, he was #1. Don't look at it. Apparently, he was, bro. I don't know, bro.
Shout out to Cam.
I don't
Don't
think
take me
Bianca
back.
was the draw when she won. That's different, bro. That's different. We come back from COVID. They just want to see grabs, and then Bianca just happened to be there. You know what I'm saying?
They're just like, let's just skyrocket this woman right now.
You know what I'm saying? That's different, bro. This content, god damn it, y'all gotta lock in on that time, man.
Yeah, they was like, let's just skyrocket this woman. Same with Drew McIntyre. Let's just skyrocket it.
All right.
You know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
this
Yeah,
is
so there was the Ospreay thing we got to talk about.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me find.
I'm interested to see what side Lewis is on because
let me find that comment, bro. Where that comment?
yeah,
at?
read the comment for context so we're not misquoting Will Ospreay.
What do you mean you want to hit what I say? Well, you messy as fuck.
There's a side, and I don't know if people will believe I'm on that side.
Hold on, let me see. Where you at, bitch? Here we go. All right. Will. Will. It's like we have this convo not every week, every day. You know what I'm saying? It's Will. Let's just let's have the conversation, Will. So if y'all don't know, Will Ospreay pretty much said that ain't nobody in WWE is near him in ring. I don't care how he worded it. What do you mean he was right? No, the fuck he's not. If you're gonna tell me with a straight face that motherfuckers like Gunther, that motherfuckers like Ilya, that motherfuckers like Seth are nowhere near his in-ring level, you are crazy.
People got to chill the fuck out.
Just because WWE is not a primary in-ring company does not mean these guys aren't on the same level as him. Will Ospreay is in a company that is incredibly and I'm going off production. Again, different companies, dude. I hate when this is the disingenuous shit that I'm talking about. Different companies. WWE is not predicated on giving you the production of in-ring as much as AEW is going to give it to you. WWE's main production when it comes to the in-ring is going to come at the big shows. It's always been that thing. I'm tired of people talking about this production shit because if Walter was in AEW, he'd be pulling off the same production too. If Seth was in AEW, he'd be pulling off the same production too. Mercedes Moné has been putting on the same production on a much more faster scale as much as she was doing in WWE. So let's stop being disingenuous, bro. There's Ilya. If he was in AEW, he'd be pulling off the same fucking production. So I'm not with that. Yeah, AEW is more of a pro wrestling company, so they're gonna give him more true pro wrestling matchups to have much more quality matches, while Gunther's gonna wrestle fucking Otis to further a storyline. It's not the same fucking thing. So the fact that this man is gonna disrespect some of the best wrestlers in the world in the other company based off what production? Yeah, because their company is different. That's what they are. Yeah. It's a storyline. It's mic work. A lot of the in-ring talented guys in WWE ain't gonna have the true production because the only time they really get to go balls to walls are the big shows. It is what it is. That's how WWE has always been. Every once in a while, you're going to have a banger match on a regular weekly televised show. But if WWE knows, a match like Gunther versus Ilya is what the fans want, and Gunther versus Ilya is going to end up becoming a huge story, we're going to have to save this for a big four. They're not going to give it to us on a regular pay-per-view. Because if it was up to AEW, they have Ospreay and Hangman next fucking week if they could.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll say. Because what I remember Jesus.
Oh my goodness. I was
putting the word quote and tweet together. Jesus Christ, my brain.
Are you
oh my goodness.
Shut up. Don't no. I'll say quote and tweet. Shut up.
Oh my goodness.
I hate y'all. The quote I remember was him saying that overall the WWE in-ring talent isn't on the level of most of the guys in AEW. Here's what I'll say. If he means on his tier, I feel like there's only because like my top 10 would only currently include two guys from WWE, Gunther, Seth, and if we're playing the if healthy game, Ilya. So I agree that AEW has better in-ring talent overall. I don't think anyone can dispute that. But when you go to say that nobody is on your level, that nobody is in that other company is at that tier, I have a problem with that.
Bro, that's
where I have a
talk
problem.
about. This is being disingenuous.
Here goes Chad. Here goes Chad.
One company is predicated to giving you one company gives you more opportunities to do the other, but that doesn't mean they're not capable of giving you the same type of production. Again, if roles are reversed, Will Ospreay in WWE is not giving you these week-to-week banger matches. A lot of the times he's going to be giving you these matches that are going to enhance a story that lead to a bigger match. It is what it is. CM Punk was giving you CM Punk is the perfect example. CM Punk was giving you production level matches, right? He was giving you very good matches on it and a huge production scale because of what the company AEW is.
Mhm.
But when you look at CM Punk in WWE, aside from CM Punk versus MJF, there's no other match he had in AEW that's on the same level of CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre at Bad Blood. That's on the same level of CM Punk versus Seth Rollins in that fucking steel cage match. That's on the same level of the triple threat at WrestleMania we had. So again, this is the disingenuous shit that I'm talking about. You can wrestle so much on a week-to-week basis, but it matters on how much you're hitting your matches. And so far, CM Punk hasn't even wrestled 10 televised matches in WWE and already has a better match catalog than he had in AEW, despite him wrestling a lot more frequently in AEW. So again, aside from the MJF match, no other match he had is touching Drew at Bad Blood, Seth Rollins in the steel cage on Raw, and the triple threat at Mania. And he hasn't even had 10 matches back in WWE yet.
Mhm.
We can even put Royal Rumble this year because he was an integral part in that. So again, just because you're wrestling more frequently and you're technically given more production doesn't mean it's better. Because CM Punk's WWE run so far is better than his AEW run. And he's wrestled less. Come on, man.
Let me ask y'all something. Let me
You
ask y'all
can't
something.
say agree to disagree when I disprove that shit. I'm sorry. You just don't like being wrong.
Let me ask y'all something, bro. Let's talk about Penta. We all know Penta, right? Fucking banger after banger after banger in AEW, right?
Mhm.
Has he been worse off in WWE, although wrestling less? He hasn't even tapped into an eighth of into his moveset, bro. And he hasn't been putting on bad matches at all, bro.
Because his match with Chad Gable is one of the best Penta matches I've personally ever seen. And I've seen his Lucha Underground work.
And that was
like not saying it's on that level, but I mean it's some of the best work I've ever seen him in.
That was his debut fucking match too.
Mm-hmm. That is one of my favorite TV matches I've ever seen personally.
Yeah,
that was fantastic.
That's a good match. Penta, we'll see more. But my thing is with Will Ospreay said, like, yes, you are giving us the production and the elite matches, but it's what I'm saying, and I don't care what you say, it's not subjective. AEW is more prone, and it's factual. I don't know how you can say it's subjective. They're more prone to give you graps on a week-to-week basis than WWE is. WWE is going to have shows that is predicated to further storylines. That's why some shows we get Gunther and Otis. That's why on some shows we get fucking El Grande Americano against fucking Tozawa or some shit. Because it's furthering storylines. Sometimes they have shows that are fillers. AEW rarely has shows that are fillers. They're prone to give you week-to-week fucking week-to-week graps. It is what it is. I don't know how that's subjective. One's a storyline-based company. The other's a pro wrestling company. But at the end of the day, it matters about the quality you're giving us and not the production. Yes, Will Ospreay is one of the very few guys that can give you the production and the elite quality. But like I said, CM Punk is the perfect example. He's wrestled more matches in AEW than he has in WWE, and yet he's already had way better matches in WWE than he had in AEW. The only super legendary match he had in AEW was a dog collar match against MJF. He's already had 3 legendary matches in WWE. And he hasn't even wrestled 10. Come on, man.
What up,
okay,
Cam?
question. Because I'm trying to get in on this debate, but I'm trying to ask, what is it we're talking about exactly? I'm assuming we're talking about the Ospreay comments he made. I know people are going to groan and be like, "Oh, here comes the Ospreay Blazer and all that shit." I don't give a fuck. So, what are we talking about? The Ospreay comments he made?
Basically.
Okay, I remember correctly. I didn't see the full context of it. His comments were in regards him believing nobody in WWE is on his level, right?
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay, if we're talking from a character standpoint, then no, I don't think anybody. Then if we're talking from a character standpoint, then I think Seth is better, Drew is better. But if we're talking from like an in-ring standpoint, then from WWE, I only have three people in. If I consider top 10 wrestlers in the world, I only have three people from WWE. That's Seth Rollins, Gunther, and Ilya Dragunov. Ilya Dragunov when Dragunov is healthy.
We agree. Right.
Outside of those would be the names. Now, I do wish he would stop because we all know that what makes AEW an alternative is that WWE is they're more of a storyline soap opera driven company. I'm not saying AEW doesn't do storylines because they do, but we all know AEW is more like
They're grabs.
but we all know AEW is more of a graps company. It's more of a wrestlers more of a graps company than a storyline company. Again, I'm not saying they don't do stories. I hate when people try to push that narrative that they don't tell stories because they do. It's just not in the WWE way of telling stories with the soap opera, this, that, and the third. But it's just, I really wish WWE and AEW guys would stop talking about each other on podcasts and shit. I really do. I wish they would stop talking about each other on like fucking shows and shit. But
And
it's
the
just not.
unfortunate thing is about that, Cam. It's always Osprey. Every time I see a quote like this, it's always from Osprey about WWE.
It's
I'm
mainly
like, bro,
from Osprey. Yeah.
just focus on your product, gang. Because like he comes off as a good dude most of the time. Like when I watched this Chris Van Vliet interview, I was like, okay, I rock with this guy. Like this guy is a human being, seems like a cool person. But I just feel like there's a point where it's like, all right, bro, just focus on what you're doing.
For
I do
me,
agree. I do agree with Lewis when
I'd rather have your work speak for itself. That's how I feel. If you
I
I was
truly
going.
believe you're that good, let your fans talk about
Show
you.
me. Show
Like,
me.
you know what I'm
That's it.
saying? Like that's
That's it.
why I
Show me.
loved Gunther, because Gunther ain't going out here. Even obviously it's part of his character to say like he the ring general, but in interviews or whatever, he not out here like banging on his chest. I'm the best. I'm that fucking guy like Osprey is. Like let your work speak. Let your
Well,
work
I mean,
speak.
well, to be fair, I understand where you're coming from, Lewis, and I want to tackle the point you made not too long ago. But to be fair, to be fair to Will Ospreay, and this might where y'all say I'm glazing or whatever. I genuinely don't believe there are three people better when it comes to pay per view performers. And when it's time to perform on pay per view, I genuinely don't think there are four people better, or like I genuinely don't think there are like three people better than Will Ospreay. I will say that. So I get where he's coming from, where he says he's the best, but like also at the same time. I want to get to like what Lewis said. Where like if he was in if he was in WWE, he would be wrestling a lot. He would be wrestling a lot less. You know, he would be wrestling a lot less. But also, I kind of I'm not saying Lewis. I'm not saying you set this. I'm not saying you set this. Please don't take this the wrong way. This just goes for in general. I really don't like when people go, Will Ospreay in WWE wouldn't work out. I think if Will Ospreay went to WWE, he would easily. It would not take him long to be a. It would not take him long to be a headline guy in that company.
I agree.
I'm not saying to be a headline main event actor in that company. I don't think it would take him long at all. I think probably within a year, this man will be wrestling for the world. This man will be wrestling for the world title and in main events in WWE.
I
So like,
agree.
I don't like when people start. I don't like when people say that. But yeah, I mean, I'm in agreement with you. I mean, AEW and WWE. I think we can all agree they're two different companies. I mean, we saw why people. We're seeing why people like Ricochet and WWE didn't really work out because Ricochet in WWE was a mid-card guy, but Ricochet in AEW, he's now. Granted, he has been able to show more of his
He's a
personality.
borderline main eventer.
Yeah, exactly. So like, exactly. So like, it's two different companies. But like, I wish they would stop. I really wish they would just stop talking about each other. Like, I really wish the WWE and AEW guys would just stop like talking about each other. Although I think in that same interview, he said something. He was like, he has no issue with WWE. It's just not his thing. Like when he said that, I was like, okay, that I don't have an issue with because like he's
Right.
like that I don't have an issue with. So I did kind of have an issue when he was like, EO, Bianca, and Rhea was the only spectacular match at Mania when you had that night one main event. But that's all I'm saying.
Facts. Now, the main reason why I wish they would stop talking about each other is because you incite this tribalism within professional wrestling, bro. I think people get lost in this. The reason why a lot of us were excited about AEW, the reason why a lot of us were invested in AEW, and a lot of us are still are invested in AEW. Excuse me, is because we wanted an alternative. We don't want one company to feel like the other, especially back then when they first came out. But still, I would want that. WWE is a company that is what, like Michael Cole said, we are a movie about professional wrestling. I'm okay with that because on the other hand, we have another major wrestling company in AEW that gives me just graps. While they do have some good stories in there, their main focus is graps, while WWE's is storytelling. I think that's a good thing.
Of course.
I think people get so lost in this
Of course.
tribalism and comments like Will
Of course.
Ospreay made.
Of course. And Mo, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I was talking with K-Rob's and Coach Mark's comments where they're like 5-star matches don't really matter. I disagree. I'm not saying they're the end all be all, but part of the reason why I think we can all agree, because look, whether you like the guy or not, whether you like the guy or not, that's irrelevant. The fact of the matter is, TNA, WWE, and AEW, there's a reason.
Oh, we lost.
War from T. Okay, I'm back. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Yep, you're good.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm saying there's a reason why there was a bidding war from WWE, AEW, and TNA to sign Will Ospreay. Like out my ass because I'm an Ospreay fan, blah blah blah. Like I'm not making this out my ass. The reports, especially around that time, were that Will Ospreay was getting courted by WWE, AEW, and TNA tremendously. Like there have been reports that TNA offered Will Ospreay a 7-figure deal, talking somewhere in the millions to get Will Ospreay in the contract. WWE wanted Will Ospreay badly. They only stopped pursuing him when they realized we don't have a chance at getting him, so we're just going to stop. But like, I think we can all agree it's not his promo work and his character or anything like that made him so desirable. What made him so desirable, why I would at least want him in my company anyway, is because I see a guy who he goes out on pay-per-view, and the guy can't fucking miss on pay-per-view. The guy can't miss on pay-per-view. He's putting on fucking match of the year contenders. You could argue every time he's on pay-per-view. That's where the 5-star matches come in and are valuable. Because that's where the 5-star matches come in and are valuable. Because you can talk about his character work and promo work and all that. But like, if I have a dude on my roster that is constantly on pay-per-view, shitting out 5-star matches like it's nothing, or like what you think a 5-star match is like it's nothing, to me, that's a valuable commodity right there. Like that's basically the whole reason why he was in a fucking bidding war to begin with, is because of the fucking caliber of matches he's able to have. I know I'm not trying to defend him or anything like that. I'm just saying, but
someone said that they can name 30 people over Ospreay. Okay, bro.
See, James, that's where I disagree though. You can't say 5-star matches don't matter when you literally had a guy that was being courted by the 3 major wrestling promotions in the U.S. because of his ability to go out there on pay-per-view and shit out 5-star matches like it's nothing. Like you cannot say that does not matter.
I think he means in terms of Dave Meltzer giving people 5-star matches. I don't think that them shits matter at all.
Yeah, them shits don't fucking matter.
I think that's what he means more of. Because personally, I don't get.
The Young Bucks get 5-star matches all the time, and I could give less of a fuck every time.
He just confirmed what I meant. That he meant exactly.
Right.
Meltzer's opinions don't mean shit. And I agree.
Yeah,
I have Meltzer's name and Twitter handle muted because I don't want to hear
everything
shit.
blocked. I don't care.
I don't
about
want to hear shit.
match rating people. You're blocked. Rated M is the only thing that matters.
Facts.
Real. But yeah, I mean, I feel like we've said everything that needs to be said about the Ospreay point.
Javon and Ricochet.
I wanted to ask about that because I'm not too.
So here's how I feel about said situation.
That shit was funny, bro.
I feel like Javon right now is currently not in a place where he can take shots like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because NXT, as good as Javon is, and as much as WWE sees him as the future, You are still an NXT talent. You still have not wrestled on the levels Ricochet has leveled at. You still haven't had the matches Ricochet has had. You wrestle in front of huge crowds every so often, which is great. But mainly you're in NXT. You made fun of Ricochet leaving WWE and wrestling in front of 2,000 people. Fam, you mainly wrestle in front of 500 people every week. Every other month you wrestle in a big arena, which is cool, but humble yourself a little bit. Like he's talking a little too much out of his mouth about Ricochet. Called Tony Khan a crackhead. That was crazy. That was wild. But him and Ricochet going back and forth. Him telling Ricochet, the young OG just gave you the most attention you ever gotten. No, the most attention Ricochet ever gotten was off of Ricochet's back in 2018 when he beat Adam Cole at Brooklyn for that North American title. His North American Championship reign is the most attention he's ever gotten, and he hasn't peaked since, which is fine. Wrestlers peak all the time, but it's comments like that where it's like, young OG, like, we like you, we see a lot of potential in you, but you shouldn't be saying stuff like this. Because Ricochet has made it to the main roster. Ricochet has won championships on the main roster. Ricochet has had really good matches on the main roster, and it was Ricochet's choice to leave all that to try to pursue something better for his career. And now he's eventually, probably in the next 2 years, going to hold that company's world championship. Young OG, we rock with you, but you aren't established on that level. You ain't on that level yet to be talking out of your mouth like that to somebody like Ricochet. Because even then, so when we compare careers, NXT peak, young OG not there yet. You know what I'm saying? Young OG, you're not there yet. You're not one and only yet. You haven't won a title yet. You will be NXT champion, and we all rock with you, young OG. You just not on that level to be discrediting somebody like Ricochet. Because even though we know, for the most part, his main roster run was mid, Ricochet has achieved a lot. Ricochet is somebody that is very well accomplished. And on that brand that one day you will be the face of, he was a major star in the most stacked roster in NXT history. So again, young OG, I like you, and this is a fan. Relax on that. You know what I'm saying? Focus on you. Build your career. But Ricochet is very well established. I fuck with you for calling him out. I fuck with you for calling him out of his name and saying you made him relevant and called his boss a crackhead. Like, I thought that was funny. I thought that was cool. But in the grand scheme of things, you got to relax. You're not on Ricochet level yet. You will be one day. We all support Javon Evans here. Yep. You got to relax, bro. That's an established vet. That's a really good vet. That's somebody that has their footprint on the new generation of wrestling. This is somebody that was a major star in one of the greatest peaks in WWE history or eras for Black and Gold. Like, he's had great matches on the main roster, and he didn't leave because he was a scrub, because they wanted him back. We all know WWE wanted him back. He just felt like he could have been better somewhere else. But realistically, he could have stayed. So, young OG, relax. I fuck with you. I like the confidence, but it's piped down. You haven't made it to the main roster yet. You mainly wrestle in front of 500 people. You can't make fun of somebody wrestling in front of 2,000 people when you mainly wrestle in front of 500 people. I said in the chat, I know a lot of people were like, well, he's in developmental. That makes it even worse. You're still in developmental.
Yeah.
You haven't even wrestled a main roster match. Yeah.
You haven't wrestled a main roster match. You know what I'm saying? And young OG, like, we fuck with you, but it's still development. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just be careful with your words, bro. Somebody needs to. A vet in that locker room got to tell him, like, hey, like,
hey, bro, chill out.
Like,
you don't want to ruin your future. This is some shit where WWE like really pays attention.
Facts. 100%.
You know what I'm saying? But we rock with Javon. Support Javon. He is the future. But just don't attack somebody like Ricochet, though. This is one of them guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. These are one of them guys.
Yeah, man. Totally agree. I don't even have anything to add to that.
I totally agree.
That's how I feel. Once again, Josiah said in the chat, he was like, well, wrestling developmental. Of course, the thing is going to be slow. Well, that's the point. You talking to somebody that made it to a level that you want to be at. You want to wrestle on WrestleMania? He already did that. You want to win a title on the main roster? He already did that. You want to have a world title match, despite the fact that his world title match was a squash match against Brock Lesnar? He already did that. Like he already did the things that you want to do. So just have respect. That's one thing my coaches told me. No matter what, always have the respect. Because at the end of the day, the veterans run the game. The veterans got
Yep.
more pull than anybody. And
Yep.
Ricochet still got people that he's close with in that company. Wrestlers don't just stop being friends when they leave companies.
Mhm.
So just like listen, if I'm Shawn Michaels, I'm telling him like, hey, listen, like chill out on that. Like
Yeah.
relax. And you called home due to crackhead, which we know how TK is. He'll probably legally turn this shit around or some shit. But you called him a crackhead. So yeah, just young OG, we respect you, but just we want you to be safe with your words, you know. Be
He
safe.
being a YN, bro. He being
Being a
YN.
YN, you know what I'm
He's
saying?
stupid.
We love it, young OG, but just yeah, you know
Man,
what I'm
he
saying?
younger than me. What the?
He younger than me.
Yeah,
He
bro.
younger than me.
I don't like this.
You know what I'm saying, Coach Mark? Like good shit, but
Good shit.
chill, gang. Like you gotta relax. But yeah, no.
Man. No, I agree. But chat, we also got to get into our segments before we get to predictions as well. Shout out to all of y'all that have been here all stream, listening to everything we got to
Thanks.
say, engaging and everything. We love y'all. Like up the stream if you haven't already. But who wants to jump first? I know, Chris, you said, do you have yours ready?
Yeah, chat. I apologize. Work was on me heavy this week. I don't have anything prepared at the moment. But I'm thinking tomorrow before SmackDown, if Mo sanctions it, I'll go live a little early. Give it to you then if you care enough to pull
There you
up.
go.
So I'll do
There you
that then.
There you go.
Yeah, Ricochet not innocent either. His dumb ass. He gotta stop. He gotta stop.
He's too old to be acting like
Because
that,
he
bro.
over here talking like he a 8-time WrestleMania main eventer, of a 5-time WWE champion. He gotta relax. Right.
Yeah.
I'll defend Ricochet
Yeah.
because Ricochet has done a lot. For his ceiling he was given, he did a lot. He did a lot with what he was given. And in Black and Gold, he was one of the main fucking guys in the most stacked era. So I would defend Ricochet on that. But he gotta relax too, because you barely got enough to humble Javon the way you trying to humble him. You gotta calm the fuck down, Baldy. Fucking
Yeah,
hell.
Baldy
If
is
it
crazy.
was Swerve, even though Swerve said he'll never do that because he loves Javon, if it was Swerve, I'd be like, hey, shit, gang, ain't shit I can do. Ain't shit I can say. But Ricochet, let's tee up a little bit.
Mhm.
Stay over there. Here come Cam.
I don't even think that's PG.
I should ban you for that.
Okay, hold on. This person.
Right.
Oh my God.
Gave
Oh
us
my
the
God.
30
I
wrestlers
agree.
better than
Hold on.
Carl Ospreay.
All right, so wait, this is overall. Gunther, I
Spare
agree.
Cam, bro.
Ilya, no.
Hey, I'm
Seth-
just
Hold on, wait.
Wait,
Let me go through the list. So he said, as all around talents, whole package. Gunther, I agree. Ilya, no. Seth, I agree. Roman, I agree. McIntyre, I agree. AJ and Big 25?
No.
In Big
No.
25? Jacob.
No.
I know we like Jacob, but can we pump the brakes, please? He's given us a small sample size. It's been
I agree
very
with that
good,
one. I ain't gonna lie. I agree with that one.
but
I agree
can
with
we
that
see more? Like,
I
Ospreay has
agree,
been giving
bro.
us this elite level main event shit for fucking 4 years. Jacob hasn't even
You right.
skipped the main event scene yet. Jimmy
You right.
Uso, now we just saying shit. The Usos, now we saying shit. Did Mickey, Cena, and Big 25?
Oh wait, because Stone Cold's on this list too. Are we doing all time?
Hey, Lewis.
And
You on
Big
peak for peak?
25?
Hey, Lewis, my bad. I was just coming on here to say, when I left earlier, I know how I tend to get about Osprey. I was just telling y'all it wasn't anything of me trying to discourage you on that. It was my phone. My phone was about to go dead, so
You
it wasn't me leaving because y'all know how I get like when people talk about Osprey and I don't think they know what the hell they're talking about. But
Charlotte
it
and
wasn't.
Big 25?
This list is ridiculous.
Bro, he got the
That's weird.
Usos, bro. Cam lagged out
Cam,
again.
like, I'm not even going.
Oba not there yet. Let's settle down. Randy and Big 20. Come on, man.
No.
Not even Orton and Big 14.
I'm hoping this means all time. I'm hoping this means
Damien
all
and
time.
Big 20. No, I almost said Damien Big 20. He don't deserve that. Damien, no. Rhea, Bianca, not yet.
So there's another one.
Hold on, wait. CM Punk, I have that conversation. Penta, no. Finn and Big 25.
Maybe T Baby would agree.
Dominic, no, y'all gonna slowly overrate Dominic. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. We can get to
Yeah,
that.
relax.
Adam Cole, no, I'm not.
I'm really hoping this means all time.
I'm not
really
taking
hoping.
Capri Sun, Adam Cole, and Big 25, man. Oscar, I'm not taking Oscar and Big 25. EO, no. Eddie Guerrero, he's dead. Fucking Big 25. What the fuck are we doing? Yes, it is all time. Oh shit! Hold on, let me relook the list then. All time.
Let's go back.
Gunther, okay. I agree. Ilya, no. Seth, I agree. Roman, I agree. Drew, I agree. Styles, I agree. Jacob, you didn't see too much yet, bro. I'm not counting the MLW shit. That's middle league shit. The Usos,
no.
Come on, bro. Cut the shit. Cena, yes. Stone Cold, yes. Becky, no. Charlotte, no. Tiffany,
no.
Please.
Oba, bro, he's been wrestling 2 years, bro. Randy,
no. That's been a debate on
I'll let
Twitter,
y'all
bro.
argue that one. Damien, Rhea, Bianca. All right.
Bianca's a conversation down the line.
Next, CM Punk. I agree. Penta. The Lucha Underground stuff is great. When he was Penta Dark, when he was having the Maestro story with Vampiro was great. Still no. Finn Balor. Conversation. I'll let you have that all
That's
time.
A combo, yeah.
Dominic, no. Adam Cole, yeah, yes. I agree. Yes. I agree. Adam Cole, Oscar,
no.
EO, no. Eddie,
yes, not
Braun,
even.
No. Too soon. Phoenix. I mean, great AAA champion, longest reigning AAA champion. He held the Lucha Underground title for a week. He lost it in fucking Aztec Warfare to Matanza. No. Samoa Joe? Yes. So what? Out of all those names, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Question mark on Randy. 8, 9.
Is it a question mark though?
10. 11 people out of that list. Look, Randy's. I'm not gonna answer that. I'm gonna let the fucking chat answer.
Because I mean, Ospreay clears in ring, but then everything else.
I mean, did you hear his promo last night?
That was good.
He can cook, bro. I'm so sick of the people who say
Ospreay stories though. They actually hit on the build though. Because you got
this about to get nasty, bro.
Because you got Kyle Fletcher, you got Kenny Omega, you got Hiromu Takahashi, you got Okada, shit, and then the potential matchups that can happen, like Hangman has finally happened. Imagine when they finally touch down on Jay White when it fucking happens. Imagine when they touch down on Adam Cole when his asthma pump ass ain't happening. MJF was also very good, even though it was short. It happened with 2 months, not even that long. Even that, so that shit was really good. I'm just saying, bro. I don't know, man. I'll give that a. But we'll let Cam answer that if he ever joins.
Yeah.
That Eddie.
But we can get into segments.
You said all time though, so yeah, of course Eddie clears Ospreay all time.
She said he's dead in Big 25. My lord.
I thought he was talking about Big 25. What the fuck we talking about? Eddie for talking about Eddie and Big I thought he was talking about. It looked like he was talking about currently.
This guy. All right, we'll let you get into your segment, bro.
Yeah. All right. Whatever.
Your turn, brother. Solo layout. This guy.
That's how I hunt Ospreay fans, bro. Ospreay shooting like the Celtics right now. What? They choking? You saying he chokes in big matches? I mean, his track record, he low key do. I ain't gonna lie, but Yeah, Brunson's your father. Mikal Bridges owns you. Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
There we go. Celtics like Jack Perry. They just don't show up.
Wow.
So here
I know where you live, motherfucker.
So here we go. You see this stitch? You see, you just won't leave me alone. All right. So here we go, guys. Okay. So this is the segment that you motherfuckers always look forward to. You motherfuckers want to see. You motherfuckers want to watch. So we have a different layout on wrestlers to look out for. And I'm not going to lie. I am actually going to share my screen because I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna put that bitch. I'm gonna share my screen for y'all. Right. So here's how I ordered it: main eventers, mid carders, tag teams, undercard. Undercard, I don't want to call like jobbers. Undercard is for guys that aren't a mainstay in any division, and we see the potential we can move. Right. So here we go. First person, Leon Slater. If you didn't see his performance at Rebellion, chef's kiss, bro. They're already showing that this kid is more than likely going to be the guy to beat Moose for that X Division championship. And he's going to be more than likely the face of the X Division, for years to come. His match against Casey Navarro last week was very entertaining. Casey Navarro is another young stud, so shout out Casey Navarro. Next on the list is Kevin Knight. Kevin Knight, honestly, has been portrayed very well in AEW. I knew of Kevin Knight. I saw him wrestle on Impact when he was wrestling Nick Nemeth. I obviously saw him when he was a junior tag champ in New Japan. So I knew of Kevin Knight, but I didn't know he was a serious hooper like this. Already had the banger match with Ospreay at Dynasty. He had the very fun Fatal 8-man tag match. Just had another fun match. So Kevin Knight, he's looking like a really good mid-carder in AEW. He's looking, very, very fluid. So shout out Kevin Knight. Next on the list, and it pains me to call him a mid-carder because I think he should be in the main event scene. But nonetheless, honestly, I'm going to put both of them together. Josh Alexander and Brody King. If you guys did not see the match that they had on Collision, they had a banger, insane, physical match that ended in a time limit draw, which is a perfect way to protect these guys. You guys know at one point I considered Josh Alexander the best wrestler in the world. During his Impact World Title reign, I want to say from 2021, I thought if there was anybody to rival Roman Reigns as the best in the world, it was Josh Alexander because he was on that elite title reign, elite story, elite matches through and through on the same wavelength as Roman Reigns. And I believe he could have that same potential in AEW. I think Josh Alexander fits in AEW. I feel like Josh Alexander stands out in AEW because there's nobody that wrestles like him. He's literally Kurt Angle. He's standing out. I feel like his look stands out. The way he wrestles stands out because nobody is doing it like him. And Brody King, ever since Malachi Black left AEW and turned into Aleister Black in WWE, my man's has been on a solo run, and it's been very great. And Brody King has some untapped potential about him. So fuck with Brody King. Hopefully he gets a world title. Next mid-carder we got is Rusev. Rusev came back, took out Alpha Academy, had his debut match on Monday against Otis. Looks like $1 million. Apparently there's been a lot of people in the WWE locker room that have personally requested to work with Rusev. The man looks great. Looks like $1 million. His presentation looks great. Hopefully this isn't one of those Triple H things where he debuts a guy, they look very good coming in, and then they're off TV for a little bit. But also, I know Rusev's health the past couple of years hasn't been great, so, it is what it is. But Rusev, welcome back. Looks fucking great. Looks awesome since returning. And I think he's going to do very, very well for the Raw roster. I think he stands out on the Raw roster. There's nobody like him on the Raw roster, especially in that mid-card division. So potential matchups like him versus Bronson Reed is going to be very fun. Matchups like that. So next up, Lyra Valkyria. Yes, I purposely skipped a person because my Puerto Rican brother deserves to be glazed last. Lyra Valkyria is one that you definitely got to look after, and it's mainly because of her counterpart in the match. Now Lyra's in a position where she's going to be able to put in the work to elevate a title, elevate a dead division, and also elevate herself. She just had her best mic work out of her entire career, some of her best segments out of her entire career thus far. So Lyra, her future is looking much brighter than it was a couple months ago. Because before, she was just a woman who made history, so happened to make history, and she was just carrying a belt. Now she feels like an intercontinental champion. So shout out Lyra. Last but not least, my Puerto Rican brother, my man, Karrion Kross. People call me crazy when I said Karrion Kross, when I had Karrion Kross and still have him in my top 10 favorite wrestlers of all time. That's mainly due to his NXT run. But I always saw the potential in Karrion Kross. I never, ever left Karrion Kross aside. I was going from podcast to podcast telling everybody Karrion Kross just needs to get it together. He needs to find a way to get it together, whether that's cutting his hair, whether that's finding a character that works for him on the main roster. Some shit got to shake. And it's finally shaking. My man is getting great reactions. Even though he lost to Dragon Lee on main event, that shit was bullshit, but my man's getting great reactions. It was reported today, and I'm not a merch sale guy by any means. I still don't think it means shit, but my man's currently has the number 3 selling shirt in WWE, outselling John Cena, Randy Orton, all these motherfuckers. He has the number 3 shirt, and it's sold out. And his promos, like, people are very interested in Karrion Kross. If I'm gonna say this, if the favorites are currently LA Knight and Braun Breaker to win Money in the Bank, he's the dark horse. He's the dark horse. But time will tell with Karrion Kross. But for now, like I've been trying to tell y'all, this man has it. There's just some people that just take longer to figure it out, but Karrion Kross has something special. So for the mid-carders, we got Leon Slater, Kevin Knight, Josh Alexander, Brody King, Rusev, Karrion Kross, Lyra Valkyria. Let me check the comments, see what y'all talking about. Lewis, do you think Julia and Jordan be on the list? We'll talk more about them. Jeff Cobb is now internally listed as a SmackDown talent. That's cool. Brody King love Khris. I know you love that. So let's get to the main eventers. Io Sky. I don't know about you, Khris or Mo. Honestly, y'all can get off mute. We can talk about it. We can all talk about it. I don't know about y'all. I think Io has potential to have one of the best women's title reigns, match quality wise. She's over as fuck. She feels organic.
Yep.
And Io just feels like Io. You know?
They're presenting her how she should have been presented the first time she was women's champion. But the thing was, that was the time where they're trying to tell a story of, yeah, she's champion, but technically Bayley's still the leader. But then they had her recruit Asuka and Kairi Sane, and then it was just like this power struggle thing. Yeah. But now she's on her own. She's able to shine as her own character. I think that's what's doing it. I think Io is one of those people who has that charisma where it's like, wow, like you like they're not gonna cut a promo that's gonna wow you, right? But it's like they have that charisma that makes you like them, like a Nakamura, like a Asuka. Don't mean to make it a racial thing, but
yeah,
she doing this and it got over, bro.
Yeah, it's a TikTok thing now. People just going like this, bro. Like she has that. It's just like Io, and they're letting her shine in ring.
Yep,
that's her main attribute too. So they're letting her shine in ring. So she's gonna go on to have one of the best all time reigns. I have no doubt in my mind about that.
Facts. Next on the list to me is Jordynne Grace. The reason I have Jordynne Grace on the list is because I feel like Stephanie Vaquer, I feel like she's low-key on a hot seat. It's not a bad hot seat, but I feel like the reactions that she got from the match that she had with Io on Raw, and the match she ended up having with I believe it Roxanne. Yeah, it was Roxanne. Just the 2 matches that she had on Raw, I feel like WWE is like, we're gonna keep an eye on Stephanie to see like when we can really call her up, and I feel like Jordynne Grace is more than likely gonna be that person to send her up. That's what I feel. Like I said, I feel like Stephanie's on a hot seat, but for good reasons. I feel like she overachieved heavily on the reactions that she got on Raw, and I feel like WWE paid heavily attention to that, and see that Stephanie can be really really big, and I think Jordynne Grace is an integral part to send her there. Next on the list, holy shit, guys, Samoa Joe. You know why he's on this list? He made Moxley interesting again.
He's making that shit actually bearable to watch.
Yeah. Samoa fucking Joe. 46-year-old Samoa Joe. Fucking carrying this feud. Holy
In the biggest
shit.
2025, bro.
In the biggest 2025, this motherfucker has made the Death Riders relevant again. So, just for that, Joe, we watching for you. Next on the list is Joe Hendry because my man is making history. My man's making history at Battleground. He will be the first ever TNA superstar to defend the TNA World Championship at a WWE PLE, which is very huge for TNA. Incredibly huge. Now, I have a little theory. Because it's where Mike Santana comes in. At first, somebody told me a booking decision, and at first I wasn't fucking with it. But I kind of see the vision now. I think Joe Hendry's on Battleground because Trick is going to beat him. I think Trick beats him, and I know for a fact TNA knows they're losing Joe Hendry. Do you guys know what they've secretly been doing? Building up Mike Santana as the face of the company. So eventually, Trick is going to beat Joe Hendry. And what do? They're going to slide Mike Santana on the spot to beat Trick Williams. That is what's going to end up happening. It's going to be Trick. It's going to be WWE is holding TNA hostage of the belt. And Mike Santana is going to be the savior of TNA. Yeah. So, I got Trick against Joe Hendry. I think Trick is desperate to become world champion again. And that's how I feel. I think it benefits all three guys. Joe Hendry makes Trick a bigger star. Joe Hendry's going to get the rub to go to WWE, when that time comes. And Mike Santana gets put as the face of the company. Because if y'all remember at Genesis, he made Josh Alexander say, I quit. And Josh Alexander was the face of TNA before he went to AEW. So if you make the face of TNA say, I quit, and Josh Alexander after the match tells you that you're the standard, you're the next face. So what do I feel? Trick beats Joe for the world title. He holds it until, I'm going to give it Slammiversary. Mike Santana wins. Nice, quick little reign for Trick. And it benefits everybody. Benefits WWE, benefits TNA. Next on the list, Becky Lynch. Mo, we glaze her. We can definitely glaze her even more. She's reviving a dead division. Or she's bringing life to a dead division. She's bringing life to a dead title. She's elevating the person with said dead title. She's making the person relevant again. She gave her best promo work. Since Becky has came back, it's been nothing but eliteness. Elite. Tell him, Mo. Elite. Cooking. Tell him, Khris. Elite.
My bad. I was playing Mario Kart.
Elite, just like Jack Perry.
How I leave this?
Fuck.
How I leave, bro?
Sign.
How do I leave?
The fact that I thought we were gonna go an episode without the sign. I'm sick.
Listen.
And it was you, Chris.
To be fair, I was not the first person to bring up Jack Perry tonight.
You got the sign on yourself.
I gotta be fair, bro.
Wow.
So you knew it was some bullshit, but all right, for sure.
You know what?
Well, I gotta adhere to what you say. You can kick me off anytime you want, bro.
Next on the list is Gunther. The reason I have Gunther on this list,
because
let me tell y'all something. This man is having I don't give a fuck how y'all feel about the matchup. I don't give a fuck how y'all feel on who he should face, who he deserves to face. The man has one of the best stories in the entire company with a fucking commentator. I'm trying to tell y'all how elite Gunther is. He's having one of the best stories with a commentator. Do y'all know? Like, he's having better stories than Jey Uso. He's having better stories than... I almost forgot who the WWE champion was. John Cena. You know what I'm saying? Like respect Gunther, bro. Like, my man's making McAfee great again. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's it. For tag teams, we're gonna go over really quick. Nick and Ryan Nemeth. If y'all know me, Ryan Nemeth, I got your back. But Nick and Ryan Nemeth have been great. They've been great tag team. Ryan Nemeth has been doing his thing too in there. Shout out Nick and Ryan Nemeth. Next up, Fraxium. I think we can agree they got potential to be WWE's best tag team. Well, they already are, but on the main roster, definitely. So when they fucking scrap with the Street Profits, when they scrap with DIY, when they scrap with the Lucha Bros, 10-star classics all time. And Fraxium are on SmackDown. Yes, sir. Where they should be. Even though I probably would have liked them on Raw because they need help and they're on life support. Good for having them on SmackDown. We need more Fraxium. Next up, FTR. Yeah, I'm glad they're fucking heel because I got tired of babyface FTR. That shit was trash. That shit was ass. I'm tired of it. You was babyface for like 3 fucking years, bro. I can't take it anymore. I can't. God. But shout out Stokely Hathaway and his bald-headed.
Yes.
Actually, shout out Mitri. He's managing FTR. Y'all tell him I said
fucked. That's fucked.
Y'all tell him I said that. Swipe Right needs love too. On God. Shout out Swipe Right. On God. Here we go. Now we're getting to the undercard guys. The undercard is, I didn't want to be disrespectful. I didn't want to say jobbers, low-end guys. Undercard means guys who are not in any super prominent roles, but we're seeing that they're moving up, right? So, number 1, Pat McAfee. Like I said, the man is having one of the best stories in the entire fucking company. And it's not just Gunther carrying it, though. Pat is doing his part. He's putting over Michael Cole, and Michael Cole's getting the best reactions he's ever gotten in his fucking life. Pat McAfee is also cutting really good promos on Gunther. Pat McAfee is showing kids that they can stand up to fucking bullies like Gunther is. Pat McAfee sold him getting choked out like crazy, dude. Like, Pat McAfee's doing a great fucking job, and he's probably having the best program going into Backlash. Real shit. Shout out Pat McAfee, even though I'm tired of him on commentary. Next up, Randy Orton's long-lost fucking son, Miles Bourne. Listen, Charles, don't take that title shot away from him, you piece of shit. You didn't fucking wrestle. Let Miles Bourne have his match with Oba, even though he might get his ass kicked, but let him have it. But shout out Miles Bourne, man. What really won me over, he cut a promo after he won the Battle Royal, and he basically said, to all the people who have disabilities, if you think you can't do it, look at me. I'm proof that I can do it. So if I can do it, you can do it too.
Love that.
That really hit. So shout out Miles Bourne. If you guys don't know, Miles Bourne is deaf. And he's turning out to be one of NXT's rising young stars. He turned being deaf into a character. Like, No Quarter Catch Crew makes fun of him for being deaf. Like, they really ask him, do you hear voices in your head? And he's like, no. And he makes fun of himself for it. So shout out Miles Bourne. And Khris, our man's right here. Yeah, sign him.
Big balling on NXT, bro.
Sign him now. I don't give a fuck. Sean Legacy, that shit you had with Javon, fuck you, Ethan Page, for eliminating him. We needed more. But shout out Sean Legacy. This is going to transition into my next thing. Let me stop sharing screen. Shout out Sean Legacy. Get him signed. Can we listen? I don't know why the fuck Shiloh from LFG was there. I don't care if Undertaker's high on him. LFG sucks. Can I be honest? LFG sucks. There's very few people I look at that I feel like are credible WWE talent. When I say credible WWE talent, I mean, can I see you in a WWE ring? Not even as a champion. There's only 2 people I saw from that. Elijah Holyfield, because he has the look, and Anthony Luke, because he got the swagger and charisma. That's it. I don't care who Undertaker is high on. The fact that we're doing this WWE ID bullshit and putting motherfuckers on a trial run and Evolve, vets who have been in the game for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and we're taking LFG scrubs and putting them on TV before the WWE ID people is crazy to me. Guys like Sean Legacy, guys like Swipe Right, guys like Jack Cartwheel, so many of these guys deserve to be on NXT. Most of your best talent in ring wise are guys you took from the indies. and we're focusing on WWE LFG guys that ain't gonna fucking draw a reaction once they get to the main roster in a year's fucking time. But yet, we're focusing on LFG guys. Meanwhile, you have this WWE ID system that you're not even implementing. Swipe right, their first segment with Fraxium backstage made a huge impression. They didn't even have a match. And when they had the match, they delivered. Give them contracts. Those guys need contracts. Sean Legacy, his little fucking thing with Javon Evans, that is being showcased everywhere. Like, why isn't he signed to NXT? Bring him on NXT. You know who was in the Battle Royal? Shiloh. Shiloh got eliminated 2 minutes fucking in. Meanwhile, a guy from Evolve had a little 2-minute back and forth with Javon Evans and is damn near breaking the internet right now. Please stop. Please stop with the LFG shit. Please go back to Tough Enough.
I heard they're recording season 2 already.
What?
Stop that shit. Stop that shit.
They're doing season 2 right now.
Who's giving them views? Stop giving them views. Stop giving them views. Stop giving them views. God damn it. Stop. Report it. Please. But yes, Sean Legacy, you got our support. Please sign him. Sign Sean Legacy. That's the guy that deserves it. He reminds me, I don't know why. He reminds me of Tyler Bate. Don't know why. He just reminds me.
Speaking of Tyler Bate, where the fuck is No Catch Republic or New Catch, whatever the fuck? British Strong Style.
He returned for a tag team match with Pete Dunne in the UK before Mania. He lost and he hasn't been seen since.
Exactly. I was like, what is all right? Like,
speaking of, shout out to Pete Dunne. Shout out to Pete Dunne welcoming his child.
New child, yeah.
And he got a haircut too.
Watch your fucking mouth, yo. Watch your fucking mouth.
Yeah. We're chill on our king, bro. Relax on our king, yo.
Yo, y'all better relax, bro.
Shit.
Bro, relax on Lexus King, bro. Y'all better watch your fucking mouth, bro.
Your king.
Bro, yes. Bro.
Easy.
Watch
don't worry, I'm not Cam. I don't hate Lexus King.
Cool.
Watch your damn mouth, bro.
I don't hate.
I gotta say, bro, Cappuccino Jones. So there's so many great fucking people on Evolve. Like, bro, get rid of LFG. Like, what is this?
They're still right there too,
bro. Anthony Luke and Elijah Holyfield. I guess you can come through. Everybody else, move, man.
He said, "Move,
man. Move, bro. Move. Please, man. Every time I see LFG clip, I'm like, bro, move."
Ain't Elijah Holyfield related? Or that's
Andrew Holyfield is his father. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he can profit off that too.
LFG don't make sense. We got Undertaker and Bubba talk about take off your earrings and your necklace because I would have ripped it off.
That was wild.
Y'all wrestle Jeff Hardy. If you don't shut the fuck up, you wrestle Jeff Hardy. Taker, you wrestled Punk. If you don't shut your fucking dementia,
literally Punk when he had the lip rings, bro.
Didn't Bubba literally have a fucking chain?
If I remember, yeah.
Bro, you wrestled Christian, bro. Christian
wearing
earrings and necklaces. And man, if you don't shut your ass up, bro.
Fuck.
Y'all be
This is your goat, Lewis.
Bro, y'all be lying, bro. What do you mean? Oh, Taker? Oh, man, he got dementia, bro. Man, he just going through things, bro. He just be saying shit, bro.
I think Goldberg dropped him on his head.
Bro, I just
All
don't
right.
get it. Brother did it, bro. You know what, man? Bro, like they just be saying shit on there. Like Mickey James out of all people talking about, all I see is their ass. Come on.
Bro, and then literally there was before I get into my second, that pissed me off because like not too long after that, there was a clip of her like literally in some Daisy Dukes, bro, just walking around, which I'm not complaining. But how you gonna tell them like they gotta dress properly and then go on a wrestling show dressed like that?
Gang, a big reason why you and Trish was a great storyline was because y'all were in a lesbian relationship, showing off everything. Like a big reason why Lita was a draw was because of how fine she was. Like, there's nothing wrong with the woman showing up being fine, but we also care about talent too. Like, you know, Nikita Lyons. You know, like
Bro said was
talent.
I said we care about talent too because you know Nikita Lyons. You know,
or the lack thereof.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but like you hardcore country, like you was coming out the short shorts all the time, bro. Stop playing, bro. Like, y'all just be lying.
The hypocritical shit is crazy.
Y'all just be lying. But they just be lying on that show. Like, I just be looking at clips like, bro, y'all don't feel this way, bro. Like, where was this energy to Matt Hardy when he was wearing his earrings, bro? Y'all wasn't bring that shit.
But all right, let me get my segment out the way, and then we can dive into Backlash, gang.
Yeah.
Get myself a solo layout. Let's get it. Let me get the banner up here real quick. The little ticker thing. There it is. All right, folks, y'all know what time it is. This week in wrestling history. Let's break this shit down real quick. May 8th, starting with today's date, 2002, by J Sports Entertainment, TNA was officially announced. NWA TNA was gonna premiere, and I believe they started in June of that year. So shout out to TNA, basically getting their start in 2002 on this day. 2007 on a Friday Night SmackDown, you had Edge's his second cash in, this time on The Undertaker after a steel cage with Undertaker and Batista. This was the first cash in I ever saw, so that's cool. Backlash, WrestleMania Backlash at the time, 2022. On that show, you have Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins in their second match, which I think is fantastic. And you also have the 6-man tag with the Bloodline, RK Bro, and Drew McIntyre, which I think was match of the night. Really, really fun 6-man tag I watched recently. And that was the end of Roman Reigns' full-time run in WWE. So there you go. Birthdays, you have Io Sky turning 35 years old and Tommaso Ciampa turning 40. So happy birthday to both of them. May 9th, there's no big moments in terms of wrestling. So, yeah, birthdays, you have Axiom turning 28 years old. And Cam's favorite wrestler, Bastion Booger, born in 1957, passed away in 2010. So there's that. Happy birthday to both of them, and rest in peace, Bastion Booger. May 10th, 1985, the first ever Saturday Night's main event. You have on that show, you have Hulk Hogan versus Bob Orton, Cowboy Bob Orton, for the WWF title, but that match ends in a DQ. Also in 1999, you have the highest viewed episode of Monday Night Raw in U.S. history. This was with Rock. This had a main event of Rock, Austin, and Vince going up against Shane, Undertaker, and Triple H, basically the corporate ministry. The team of Rock and Austin won that match. If I remember right, was that a different episode? I believe that was a different episode. Yeah, it was a different episode. Okay, so ignore that. 2001, the XFL shuts down officially due to bad football, bad ratings, just bad everything. The XFL was dog shit. I've seen one game, and that shit was ass. 2020, Money in the Bank. On that show, you have Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman, Bayley, and Tamina. Why do I remember this show like the back of my hand? And then you also have the damn Money in the Bank ladder matches in two matches within one. So there's that. Birthdays, you have William Regal turning 57 years old and Tito Santana turning 72 years old. So happy birthday to both of them. May 11th, 2013, Kenta Kobashi officially retires from in-ring competition. Shout out to Lewis for putting me on to Kenta Kobashi. Genuinely one of the best workers I've ever seen. Like, Kobashi Masawa is one of the best. It's arguably the best match I've ever seen, pro wrestling wise. Like, that match is great. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. And then 2015, Daniel Bryan officially vacates the IC title months before he ended up actually officially retiring for the first time. So there's that. Birthdays, you have Lindsay Dorado turning 38 years old. And Billy Kidman turning 51 years old. So happy birthday to both of them. May 12th, 1997. It's a Monday Night Raw. A couple interesting things about this show. First thing was RVD's first appearance on Monday Night Raw. This is when they were doing the ECW invasion angle. And he actually had a match with a jobber at the time. And that jobber just so happened to be Jeff Hardy. So, and then also on that show, you have a segment with Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels, which actually overruns. So basically, it was a promo where Bret was in the wheelchair because he was injured at the time. He was in the wheelchair. He was talking his shit to Shawn, but I guess he went too long. And before the super kick that Shawn would hit on Bret, or Sweet Chin Music, excuse me, would hit on Bret, the show went off the air because Bret's promo ran on too long, and Shawn took that very personally. So there you go. In 2004. You have TNA announcing a weekly show. So that ended them doing the weekly pay-per-views that they used to do. So Shout out to them for that as well. Birthdays, you have Doug Basham turning 54 years old, one half of the Basham brothers. So, May 13th, 2002, the only time on WWF TV or WWE TV, because it became WWE at this point, you had Hogan and Flair on Monday Night Raw for the WWE Championship. In 2002, I believe that would have been 10 years too late when it should have happened in WrestleMania 8. I believe the match ends in a DQ, and it wasn't even the main event. I don't know. Birthdays, we have a few here. We have Scarlett Bordeaux turning 34 years old. Jimmy Wang Yang turning 44 years old. Glacier, I don't know if y'all remember him from WCW, turning 61 years old. And Dory Funk Sr., father of Terry Funk and Dory Funk Jr., obviously, 1999. He was born in 1919, passed away in 1973. So there's that. And then the last day we're going to cover is May 14th, 1995. That was the first ever In Your House pay-per-view. I don't remember the card right now. I forgot to write that down. But yeah, that happened on that day. Birthdays, you have Elektra Lopez turning 33 years old. Vader, who was born in 1955, passed away in 2018. This was his birthday. And Dr. Death, Steve Williams, was born in 1960 on May 14th, passed away in 2009. So happy birthday and rest in peace to anybody on that did pass away on that list. But that is it for my segment, and we'll get on with the main portion of the show, the shit y'all are actually here for. Let's get out this solo layout.
Mo, how you feeling, bro? You're gonna be at the show on Saturday.
I am. It's my first pay-per-view I've been to since No Way Out 2009. So I haven't been to a PLE in that fucking long. I'm going out there with Malik as well, so that's gonna be fucking
hell
awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But the card itself is you have it up, or do you want me to
Yeah, I got it.
Quick? Okay, cool. Yeah, so it's iffy. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier in the show. I do not understand why Jey Uso as World Heavyweight Champion is missing his first pay-per-view as World Heavyweight Champion. That kind of loses me a little bit.
He's
crazy,
a fucking scrub. That's
here you go.
why. He's a fucking scrub. He's a fucking scrub. You know what? Gunther main event his first pay-per-view.
Yep.
It was in a different country. Jey Uso's in his country. He was in his country. Yeah, exactly. Fuck you and that double standard shit. I'll be back.
You good?
All right, bro. You a hater. No, the fact that they filmed that angle, because Chris, you and I and Cam talked about it off air. They filmed the angle with Logan Paul after the show. So apparently they're gonna present that on Raw, I'm guessing, next week. And then that's gonna be a trigger for Saturday night's main event.
You know what I don't understand, bro? I could let little shit like we know since Netflix started, we've been calling it the jobber entrance because that's what we've been accustomed to all these years. But now when we watch it, when we're watching Raw, we see like a upper echelon star in the ring already when we come back from break. It's because of the whole Netflix thing. That being said, these shows now end at 10:30. That's about 2.5 hours, and you have that extra 30 minutes until 11 o'clock. You have that shit. Why are we not putting this shit on the show? I'm not a big Logan Paul fan, but it serves the story. How many people even to this exact second have not seen that segment? Not everybody's on social media, gang.
Yep. I think for me, right, them leaving off Jay off this Backlash, number one, I hate it because I can't eat in person. God damn it. But also, I don't like the fact that you had Jey Uso beat Gunther and the way he beat Gunther and then leave him off the pay-per-view. I guess they made up for it with the match on Raw because that was great. Yeah. But again, you could have put that at Backlash. If you weren't going to run the Logan Paul match now, you could have ran that at Backlash. Granted, it gave Raw a good an amazing main event, actually. Yeah. But I don't know. That's how I feel on it. I feel like that should have been on the show, not or just do Jey Uso and Logan Paul. Because I thought that match was announced already. I went into Raw.
I thought it was. No, for real. I did too.
Yeah. I went into Raw thinking that was the Backlash match, and apparently that's not the match. Which is
I was talking about it on the Raw watch along as if it was confirmed. That's my fault.
I thought it was. I think we all thought it was confirmed, but I guess not. And I think it's only going to be a 5-match card. If I'm not mistaken.
Hey, at least we're getting a World Championship match on the card.
and it's a match that has a lot of history. It's two legends in there. I'm probably gonna mark out when I'm there, but even though their matches suck for the most part. But anyway, regardless of that, we can jump into it if you want to jump into it, or if there's anything else, so we can stall for Lewis.
Nothing on my end. I guess we can just start, and we can get his feedback when he gets in here. Speaking of Gunther, let's start out with Gunther and Pat McAfee. Is this going to be grabs or is this going to be belt to ass?
I feel like this is going to be story driven. I'm gonna send the link to D. He wants to pull up, so I'm gonna send the
word. Hell yeah.
I feel like this match is gonna be more story driven. I feel like it's gonna be a thing of Gunther. Like Pat will get his moments, he'll get his hits in, but at the end of the day, Gunther's gonna beat the shit out of him. Like I would not be surprised if Pat McAfee does the blade job. I would not be surprised because WWE is more willing to do that. Not only that, Pat McAfee is really a big fan of professional wrestling, so I think that would be something he probably would be willing to do. I would personally, I think Gunther's going to get the win, but like Chad is starting to predict. Oh man, Goldberg. It's been reported that all signs point to Gunther being Goldberg's last opponent. Now, if I'm not mistaken, do they have a Saudi show coming up?
I thought it was in June. I thought it was Clash in Saudi. I'm probably bugging. Let me try and see if I can double check, bro.
I don't remember. Hold on, where is he at? 1 second.
Nah, I don't think there is, bro. I don't think there is because they go from Money in the Bank to Evolution. Yeah, I don't think there is.
So they're because they have Money in the Bank, and then I heard Evolution's up in the air too. So
Evolution's on July 5th.
Oh, they have it booked officially.
Yeah, at Mohegan around my parts. I'm going.
Oh, okay. Because I heard that was like up in the air. It might not be happening. So
Yeah.
I hope that's not true. But yeah, just I don't know where they do the Goldberg match. I think if it's a thing of Gunther dominating Goldberg on Goldberg's way out, I think that could also help this character that Gunther's building, where he's more ruthless. I think from there you can maybe go into Gunther eventually getting another world title reign. I don't know when. I think he should hold off, but yeah, I'm gonna say Gunther wins this match though.
I'm going Gunther too. There's a part of me that wants this to be a wrestling match, but I feel like it's just gonna be belt to ass. I wonder if we see any sort of involvement or maybe physical involvement with Michael Cole here.
That would be wild. That would be so fucking wild. If Gunther drags Michael Cole into the ring or something like that.
Right. Like he's got if he's got Pat tied up or some shit and he grabs Michael Cole. I don't know if it's a situation of Michael Cole is the one getting physical, or if Michael Cole just gets his ass kicked and they replace him with Joe Test for the rest of the show. I don't know.
I could see it being that. I don't know if Pat's going to be on the call like they did at WrestleMania 27 when both the commentators were actually in the ring and they were on the commentary call. I would love Michael Cole.
Gunther tapped out. Fuck you. Eat a dick. Eat a dick. Eat a dick.
I mean,
scoreboard 3-1. Scoreboard.
You're right.
Scoreboard.
Right.
Eat a dick. Fuck y'all.
D, what's up, Brody?
I don't care who got the bigger W. It's still 3-1 at the end of the day. I don't give a fuck.
Yo.
What's
good? Watching Cody Rhodes matches today?
Oh my!
Did you watch any Cody Rhodes matches? Raheem, bro.
It's my birthday week. Why are you trying to piss me off, gang?
Raheem
my man met
Word.
I'm gonna
get you a Cody Rhodes shirt, bro. Got you.
Man, I met Key Glock today, bro. I'm hyped. I ain't worried about no Cody Rhodes.
You ain't get a shout out from me, man. That's crazy.
I've been tapped into Key Glock lately,
I ain't gonna lie. It was a long line.
So. I'm not gonna think about any of y'all when I go meet people, bro. Y'all got it, bro. Y'all got it.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna just meet Jeff Hardy again and just not get a shout out from nobody.
I already met Jeff Hardy.
Mo, to be honest, when I met Jeff, it was an accident. I wasn't even supposed to be on that picture. I didn't even pay for it.
Really?
Yeah, no, I told the story so many times. Yeah, no, I only bought it for my mom's husband because he's a fan of the hard. He's a fan of Jeff, and I only bought it for him. Then Matt saw my little brother and I in the back, just waiting for him, and then Matt was like, "Oh, just all group up then, for free." I was like, it's the Hardys. Why am I going to turn down a picture?
I'd probably cry if I.
And then we talked for like 2 minutes after. I talked to Jeff for like 2 minutes after.
Really? Oh man.
Gave him a nice dap up. Yeah, I said, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? I said, what the fuck went on with AEW? He was like, shit happens, dude.
That's such a Jeff thing.
He told me, he said, shit happens, dude. But you know what? I like what we're doing at TNA, you know? I was like, you know. Yeah.
Hey man.
I was jealous of Edgar. Jeff instantly put the TNA tag title on Jeff. I was like,
yo.
I said, you know what? This is just God telling me I just gotta earn it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you'll take it off him one day. You'll take it. You'll take it off.
Man, is Jeff gonna be wrestling when I get there? Who knows?
No,
who are we talking about?
We were on
Gunther and Pat
McAfee.
Oh yeah, it's the best fucking program of the show. It's probably gonna be the best match of the show. Wait, am I tweaking? Yeah. Becky Lyra. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
Who you got?
Pat.
Oh, what?
I have Pat.
I ain't gonna lie, I'd crash out.
I have Pat winning.
Crash
I believe Goldberg is going to interfere, and Pat is like gonna roll Gunther up and like hold his tights or whatever, and it's gonna lead to Goldberg spearing the shit out of Gunther, leading to their SummerSlam match.
You think that's the SummerSlam? I mean,
yes.
Because Khris and I were trying to figure out when the next Saudi show is, and apparently we're not having one till Royal Rumble.
Fucking good.
Damn, a whole year without a Saudi show. What is this, 2020? Oh, wait, no, we didn't have that. Never mind. No, never mind. We had Super Showdown.
We didn't even have life in 2020.
Couldn't do shit. But so my theory was Gunther like beats the shit out of Pat, possibly blade job, and then match ends and Gunther will not let go of the chokehold, and I guess that's when Goldberg's music hits. That was my thought process, but I feel like Goldberg's inevitable.
Dante, what are you trying to tag me in now? I'm looking. You were cooking with
Night of Champions?
Man, Matt, but that's what I think is gonna happen. I think Pat is gonna win off of rolling up tights or whatever. Gunther's gonna be angry, and yeah.
Hey, what you think, bro?
Gunther better win, bro.
You think it's competitive? Do you think it's competitive, or it's like Gunther like just tossing this guy around?
This man, Pat gonna get cooked.
He gonna get chopped. He gonna take a few.
He gotta get cooked.
My!
He gonna have to get.
If he
cooked.
don't, this shit better not be competitive, bro.
Because why is Triple H letting Gunther lose to Jay at Mania, then to Pat at Backlash? Hell no. There is no fucking way he's losing back-to-back PLEs.
If he were to, though, I don't think it would damage him that much. Because I mean, even to this point, he's got this fucking armor on him, to where he's damn near like untouchable.
Yeah.
True, but let Gunther get the dub. Oh,
they make it make sense. If he were to lose, they would make it make sense.
Yeah.
Like Gunther's not a guy you fuck around with. Yeah.
I couldn't even envision Pat winning. Ugh.
I don't think he will.
That's nasty.
He's winning.
All right. Next, we got the Women's Intercontinental Championship on the line. Lyra Valkyria defends against Becky Lynch.
Banger. After banger. That's what I'm going to say with Becky. After banger. After banger. After bang. This is very unpredictable, though, my opinion.
Lyra. I'm going with Lyra. I think Bayley cost Becky.
That was the one. That was the fucking one.
I agree, mate. I agree.
And I think that's going to help Lyra in the long run. I think that's going to shut up the stupid-ass Becky Hogan allegations. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
And you get something for Bayley. It'd be
Yeah,
meaningful.
it's her a program to care about. Yeah,
Everybody
Gives her a
wins,
program for us
man.
to care about. Exactly.
Oh, Trick and Mike Santana had a stare off.
Oh shit!
Lewis might have just cooked something up.
Man's got the script. Man's got the script, boy.
Not
just
gonna
cooked
lie,
up.
if I have to see Trick Williams as world champion, I might just fucking get on my knees and start crying right now.
That's
I can't
Yo.
handle Trick and Jay again. I just can't.
Whoa! Trick. Wait. Trick, Jey Uso, John Cena, John Moxley, bro. That's the quartet, bro.
What?
Did he just try to
That's
do
the quartet of world
Did
champions.
he just try to do? Did he just try to do a core 4 on this?
sign.
It's
Bro, we're from.
Are they not our world champions?
Did this motherfucker just say?
Minus Trick Williams, are they not our world champions right now?
To Jay to John to wait, Cena to Moxley. What?
I'm just stating facts, bro. All of them
Blood
but
is
one are
not
actual.
cooking.
I'm gonna need you to
These are
shut
just
up.
facts, bro. Numbers don't lie, right? Lewis, you're a numbers guy, right? The numbers don't lie. Yeah.
Blood is not cooking.
No, I am not a numbers guy.
What are you in?
A quality over quantity guy.
But you like Omos.
Give him the speech again. Tell him again.
Nope.
No,
I
tell him
don't want to
again.
hear it. I'm taking my headset
Bro,
off. See?
Chris, how long have we been going over this, bro?
He
What?
called you Christopher.
Bro, he reads comics, he raps, bro. He collects action figures. He plays basketball. He has
Better than your Celtics right now.
He has a tick. Yeah, fact.
I mean, I won't argue that.
Y'all ass.
Oh, you a Celtics fan?
Unfortunately.
Oh, hell no. But I can't say no.
Do better.
Chris, he a Lakers fan. Don't let him speak to you this way.
He likes Kwame, bro. I'm sure.
Whoa.
Kobe, you got it right. Kobe Bean Bryant. Yes, sir.
Austin Reeves.
I'm not.
What's wrong with Austin Reeves?
Everything. God,
It's because he's
everything.
white.
Here y'all go.
Bro, no.
Everything.
I saw briefly in the chat. Someone was trying to say Derek White was better than Austin Reeves. I'm like, please stop.
Ever since we drafted Tyler Hero, everybody's been trying to find that cold diamond in the rough white boy, and it's just not working out for y'all. It's not working out for everybody. I mean, working for the Celtics, they got Peyton Pritchard, but like everybody else, no. I'm sorry.
I mean, Austin Reeves is a
Peyton
good
Pritchard's a
third
full
option.
court
But, I
demon.
mean,
Austin Reeves is a solid player.
Yeah, you know.
here we go.
Bro,
All right,
he'd
bro.
be
What's
like
the next
bro,
match?
he'd be like the
Trash
fifth best player on the Celtics, bro. He'd be like the fifth best player on the Celtics.
All right, next you got Jacob Fatu defending the U.S. Championship against LA Knight, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre in a fatal
I
four-way.
take back what I said. This is match of the night. I knew I was bugging.
Oh yeah, this match of the night.
So,
This match of the night.
oh, yeah, Jacob. Yeah, Jake. Ooh,
Jacob's retaining.
Yeah.
I don't see any reason why he
Right.
lose
Right.
now.
Big Jake on hood.
This is gonna be a good match.
what hood you live in? What hood you live in?
I want to hear the speech before the match starts, bro. I want to hear him talking shit to the
Oh.
camera, man. Coast to
God.
coast.
From coast to coast.
Who takes
You
the
know what I
pin?
mean?
Who takes the pin? Because in my thoughts, I mean, it's got to be LA Knight. Because I can see a situation where it's
Yeah.
Drew and Damian kind of like excluding themselves
Costing
from
each
the match.
other.
Right, exactly, type shit, like fighting to the back or something. They're just being
Because
so
what I'm
distracted by
seeing-
each other. Yeah.
Because honestly, I see LA Knight going to Raw whenever they decide to do the draft, give him a change of scenery,
Mhm.
and also I feel like
He's moving up, world champ.
yeah, he going to that World Heavyweight Championship picture. I don't know if he wins it anytime soon, but I think he's gonna go in that picture.
LA Knight.
2
You
years.
think you gonna dog
2 years he could win it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 2 years, yeah. 2 years on Monday Night Raw, yeah. After they get
Right.
the Seth Rollins stuff out of the way, oh yeah, come on.
For sure. Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
All right, so we all got Jacob.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right. Next, we got Dominic Mysterio. He defends the IC title against Penta.
see, I'm conflicted here.
I am too.
like-
I don't think they would take the title off Dom this early. I don't know because we don't really be seeing like flip flopping like that no more. But
They
Dom-
could though.
they could because Finn's been fucking with Dom heavy.
That and
not
I
in a
feel
good
like
way.
Penta losing back-to-back pay-per-views with how hard they've been presenting him and pushing him.
Mm-hmm.
Like
But then Chad
I
might.
could see either way. I could see
But
either
then
way.
Chad might fuck with Panther too. So Dom might
That's
win.
also true.
Yeah.
So damn.
I'm gonna be safe. I'm gonna go Dom here. I'm gonna go Dom because they just gave it to him, and I Penta would be cool, but
I would love that. I would love that.
I'm going
gonna
Dom.
go I'm gonna go Penta. I'm gonna go Penta.
I'm
It either
gonna,
ends in a DQ or a Penta.
It's a win-win.
I'm also going to go with Penta. Because I think Finn is petty as fuck. He's a hater. He's not even a good hater to like. He's just a leave, bro.
He's just like that thorn in your side that just won't go
He's
away.
like, bro, like you had your time, like in the glory days, bro. Let it go. Fuck.
Anybody be
Tell
like
you maybe
50?
that. I think he's like a little bit over 40, yeah.
Yeah.
He closer to 50 than I am 30.
That's crazy. Hold on. Finn Balor is... Yeah, he's 43.
Dang.
So yeah, you were right. He's 40.
Damn, I'm gonna be 30 before he turns 50.
Y'all gonna be mad as fuck when the new member is Trick Williams.
Stop.
I thought it was gonna be Aleister Black. I thought they were gonna boot
I'm glad
Finn
it wasn't.
and make it Aleister. Yeah.
Yeah, so he could just
Word.
wrestle 6-man tag matches and just not
Again?
wrestle.
No, man. But yeah.
Balor, he don't deserve
That's
Unk. Unk is for cool people. Finn is just
Finn.
go home, bro.
Finn in
Crackhead
2025 is for G.
I
baby.
told you that's the new slogan for me. Just go home, bro. I don't think you should come back either, but just go home.
Nigga.
Home, bro. Just go home.
What is wrong with you?
Bro, just go home, bro. Just
Ridge
go home.
Holland? Yeah, I quit. I'm not. No,
Why?
ew.
Is he still-
Ew.
He's still got
Ew.
He's
In the
still got a
biggest
job?
2020? Yeah, you do.
He still got a
What's
He
the
job.
was,
prize?
he was in the battle royal. He was in the battle royal. He was actually like deep into that shit. He was like the final
Hold on, everybody,
5
hold
or
on.
6.
He survived the mass releases.
Yeah.
So they release people for not being hardworking and not living up to standard.
Wow. And Nikita Lyons still got. Anyway,
Okay, we're not doing
next
this. We're not
match.
doing
Next
this shit.
match.
Okay,
Before I
okay.
crash. Next
We
match.
have
Guys, I have Pokemon Fire Red. Cool. All right, next one.
Crazy flex. Crazy.
we have the 5th and final match of the
I
night.
got Ben 10.
Assumingly the main event. We got John Cena taking on Randy Orton for the WWE title.
Belt to ass. Come on, man. It's belt to ass. Dick kick for the win, baby. Cena, let's go. Let's go.
Can I
Bell to
just
bell,
throw
graps-wise,
something out there?
Suck.
Can I just throw something out there? I don't know the likelihood of us actually seeing this, but listen, I'm a Randy guy, but that's my goat. I would just love for John Cena to take all the years of bullshit he took from Randy Orton and put everything he had into a punt kick.
That would be so fucking hilarious.
Or
That should look goofy.
But at that point, they got to rerun the match. And I'm
I was
like,
gonna say, yeah, if you do that, you gotta run it back. I don't know.
I
Some shit.
Cena gonna slap
but
the
they're
shit out
billing
of
this as one last time. Stay true to your word, for fuck's sake.
I mean, to be fair, they said once in a lifetime, end of an era, and ran both those matches back.
It was end of it. You know what?
And then they said last time ever. Yeah, that match wasn't bad. I ain't gonna lie, that match wasn't bad. But the crown jewel match.
Yeah.
You know what? Since I feel like shit, how do you feel that you'll never get your Shield Triple Threat Mania main event?
All right, bro.
Oh, wow.
Look here.
Oh,
Look here.
wow.
Look here.
Oh, wow.
If it wasn't for Roman's leukemia, that would have been the Mania match. All right.
You believe so? You think so?
That was the rumor. It was that or Rock Roman, and obviously Rock can't commit to shit, so it was probably gonna be the Shield Triple Threat.
It could be the Mania match on 2K.
Did
That was the
you
rumor.
did you
That's
believe
crazy.
did you believe the rumor in that time frame?
So it's the Ambrose heel turn.
Well,
Seth was starting to ascend.
You don't damn well my view wasn't showing up for that shit. Bro. You don't
Oh,
Yeah,
he didn't fool me. He didn't fool me then. He ain't fooling me now.
No,
He didn't
that's what it was. The rumor was either Rock Roman or Roman Seth Dean. I was like, yeah, Rock's not showing up.
Bro,
So
somebody tell him to retire, please retire, so we can just put you in the Hall of Fame and get this over.
yes, sir.
Retire. Just
yeah.
retire.
Did you have to
That's
pay for
what's
that?
Oh hell yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, it's
Did
an
you have to pay for that?
autograph. Oh fucking shit,
Nah,
yo.
the vinyl, yeah.
No, I'm saying the autograph.
No.
What?
That's free.
Oh shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Then I got his new CD.
We collected
Big
CDs again. Let's go. Hold on.
Hey
That's
man,
tough.
they
Physical
said
media?
that was the cheapest one, so I went with it.
CDs are actually cheaper than vinyls. Way cheaper.
It is
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
like an extra $10, $20. Goddamn. Wait, nah.
Yeah. Whoa. I need that glove. It's got oh, that's the deluxe, right?
The blue one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Tama.
Hey, United States champion in the future, gang. Just wait.
I would not hate it, bro.
Just fucking wait, bro. Don't hate on Tama, bro. First of all, wait till Tonga Lola come back, bro.
What's his timetable, bro?
You said what?
What's his
I mean, it
timetable?
was a torn bicep, so who knows?
Gosh, yeah, shit.
And that was November, so fuck. I mean,
Yeah, it's
Probably
not gonna be
SummerSlam.
until like. Yeah, I was gonna say
Probably about
SummerSlam.
then, yeah.
is like the
Apparently,
earliest.
Jeff Cobb is getting fast tracked, and he will be on the main. He will be on SmackDown. Apparently,
I don't hate it. Isn't he like? He's in his 40s already, right?
yeah.
So yeah, there's no point.
The reason for him is he's in his 40s and he already has tons of experience. So
Right,
he
right.
doesn't need NXT.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
Here come the incoming comments. We got Ricky Saint. Shut up. Shut the fuck.
How old is Ricky Stanks?
35.
That's
He all right, bro.
Ethan
It's
Page is
like-
like 36, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Miz is 30. Ethan Page, so I apologize. 36. It's the new Miz. It's the new Miz.
Crazy.
I can't
Yeah, I
wait.
think we
till
all
he
got
win-
Cena,
I can't
right?
wait until he win Money in the Bank and piss everybody off. Oh man,
Ethan Page.
hell yeah! I'm gonna be
I'm
right.
with it, bro. I love Ethan Page. All ego.
I'll be front row with a camera like this.
Here you
when he win.
go. That's
The ultimate troll moment. I'll be front row when he win Money in the Bank. I'll be like this the whole time.
bro. I want to go to Money in the Bank this year, but tickets, bro. Them tickets.
I'm not
Fucking
going to
ridiculous.
no more shows. I'm not going no show, bro.
They
No show.
bugging, bro. I just want to go to LA for the first time. They bugging, man.
I'm going to Power Morphin Con. Yeah, I'm going
This
to LA.
guy.
What you mean? But it's Power Morphin Con, bro. Morphin Time.
Ooh, I could go to that Thunder game. Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Chris,
Yeah.
remember we gotta go to a Celtics game next year.
Word. Yeah, we do. Hell
Next
yeah.
season with Kira.
Hell
yeah,
no.
next season.
Watch your mouth, D.
I actually want to go to a Celtics and Knicks game just to see the chaoticness of it. But you know,
That
I
would
went
be
to
so lit.
see. I saw the Celtics play the Magic late in 2023. I saw Banchero play. That boy's a fucking hooper. He was the only one in that game for the Magic.
that must have been terrible. Oh my god.
Well, we beat them straight.
I think I probably would have thrown up in that arena. Jesus fucking
That's
You don't fuck
crazy.
with Paulo Banchero?
bro.
You don't like the
Orlando
Magic?
sucks, bro. Orlando sucks.
He don't fuck with Orlando. That's what it sounds like.
The tragic sucks, bro.
Yo.
The tragic. Nah, that's crazy.
Right
That's
there,
nasty.
least favorite team. Mind your business, Stephanie. Mind your business. God damn it,
Yeah, why is that your least favorite?
bro. Why do y'all want them to be good so bad? The NBA is at its
I don't care
best
about
when
the
they
Magic.
suck. The NBA is at its best when they suck.
I don't give a fuck about the Magic at all.
Yeah, they're just kind of there.
They ruined Shaq. They ruined Dwight. They almost ruined Tim Duncan, bro. They ruined everybody, bro.
Wait, what?
You didn't know that's the reason why they didn't sign Tim Duncan? Yeah, in 03, I believe they had a chance to sign Tim Duncan, and Tim Duncan was like locked. But the reason why Tim Duncan didn't sign the contract and he went back to San Antonio was because they denied him to have his family ride on the planes with him to games, and that was when they had T-Mac. So they told him, so Doc Rivers told him no because he had a strict rules that family and girlfriends weren't allowed to ride on planes, and they told him no, and he went back to San Antonio. But Tim Duncan was verbally committed to Orlando.
That's so stupid, bro.
He was gonna get a fat deal too.
That's so dumb. Why would you? Wasn't that the year he backpacked David Robinson and the rest of them to the finals?
Yeah,
So you saw him.
they had prime T.
All right.
They had prime T-Mac averaging 30.
They didn't want to win. They didn't want to win.
That's why T-Mac left, because T-Mac thought that him and Duncan was a done deal. And when he
I did
found
not
that he
know that.
wasn't, he left.
That was when he went to Houston, right?
Mhm.
Then he had to play with a hobbled Yao Ming, bro.
Bro, they suck, bro. They suck. I'm trying to tell you, they suck. They're
They
fucking.
fumbled Tim Duncan. That's crazy.
They said no because they didn't want his family on the plane. Like, that's crazy, bro. I don't care if he
I'd
was.
have been like, you can have whatever the fuck you want.
I don't
Just sign
care.
him.
I don't care if he was snorting crack and shooting up heroin. Get on this plane.
Back-to-back MVP. I just realized that he was a back-to-back MVP. He's already a 2-time NBA champion, bro.
That's like the Celtics telling KG, nah, gang, don't get on board, bro. You can't trash talk in games. That's what it is, bro.
Oh man, that's a crazy fumble. Now, how do y'all think Cena Orton's ending though?
Dick
Y'all
kick.
think it's gonna be clean?
I think every Cena match is gonna end the fucking same. It's gonna end with this motherfucker dick kicking somebody and belt instead of belt to ass is belt to face.
Can I say this?
Go ahead.
I'm not fucking with John Cena's heel turn. It just feels forced. It's not natural. Like, especially with his argument of, or his justification of, y'all booed me for all these years, yada yada yada. I get it, but if that was your motivation in 2013, cool. If that was your motivation in 2015, cool. Even 16, cool. Nigga, that was your motivation in 2025? We stopped booing you in 2019. John Cena came out to completely positive reactions by 2019. I was not hearing one boo in that arena. Like, and it's just, again. Oh god. And his promos are good, right? Like John Cena to me is the GOAT on the mic, but it's like, dog, like we're supposed to hate you? Why? Like at this point, why? Like I have no reason. It's like Austin turning heel in 01. Why? Like, I don't want to hate you. Like what have you done to make me hate you?
Side with Vince?
And bro, how are they gonna spin this? How are they gonna spin this at the end of the year when he has his last match? Is he gonna? He's
not ending his career as a heel. There's no way.
Right. What the
There's
fuck?
no way, bro.
Cody gonna beat the heel out of him. That's what you gonna do. Cody might belt to ass him. I ain't gonna lie.
Cody need to come back with a different edge. Like he was starting to show it in the Kevin Owens match, but I need that Cody Rhodes against John Cena.
You talk about how Randy is shitty mentor. You see Cody get humiliated in the main event of WrestleMania, and the first thing he does is, "I'm going after Cena."
Oh, Lewis, how you feel about when Petty said we won't remember Cena's heel turn in 2 years? I still disagree with that, but.
What, that it won't be memorable? It will be. It's his last fucking run. Of course.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but
I ain't retracting shit. I mean, fuck. When have I ever retracted something?
Never.
It's fair. But we got anything else for the show, bro?
Yeah, I got more shit to say.
What's up?
Cook.
Fuck LFG, bro. Dog, I can't stand this fucking show, bro. Who? Which one of you motherfuckers? Which one of you motherfuckers is doing this shit, bro? Which one of y'all really? Oh, here's something I really want to talk about. You know, I don't like using Finn Balor as an example because he's a fucking scrub now, so I won't. I feel like injuries, we really don't understand how much they truly change the landscape of things. And the latest example, and I feel really bad for her, the latest example has been Julia. When Julia and Stephanie came in damn near at the same time, right? We see Julia be portrayed, no questions asked, she's the number one woman, right? She's the number one woman. She's portrayed as that. They're going to fast track her. She won the Iron Survivor. At Deadline, she beat Roxanne. She's champion. Then an injury happens, and it catapults Stephanie into superstardom. And now it seems like Julia is barely the number 3 woman in NXT when we're looking at her. Because Stephanie, not her fault, right place, right time. You know, it's unfortunate Julia got hurt, and Stephanie benefited from it. But I would assume, okay, Stephanie's probably just a placeholder for Julia, but then she won to stand and deliver. So now we really see that they're moving forward with Stephanie being the number 1. Jordan Grace is the clear-cut number 2, and Julia is now the number 3. And that all happened because Julia didn't even have a major injury. It was a minor injury. She only missed like maybe a month and a half, 2 months at most. And we really don't see how much an injury can really change the landscape. Not only the landscape, but how your future is portrayed. Because now Julia just looks like Roxanne's lackey on the main roster, while Stephanie's 2 matches she's had on the main roster, she looks like a future main eventer.
Yeah.
And it's not even Julia's fault, because Julia was portrayed the way Julia was supposed to be portrayed, as a killer. But a minor injury completely changed the trajectory on how we see her. And I feel really bad for her. But injuries are unfortunately part of the game. And
I think she'll bounce back. She'll bounce back.
Back to where she was, though.
To that, it might take a minute, but she's not Finn Balor level cooked yet. So it's like that's done. That's dead. I think when it comes to Julia, I think, especially now in the regime we're in, where we can trust the person booking a little bit more.
Yeah,
I think it might be a little slower. I think they're gonna like ride the momentum of Stephanie right now, but I think as soon as she's done, they're probably, who knows? Stephanie might hold it for a while. Julia builds herself back up and ends up being the one to take it back from her. Who knows? But I don't think she's done. I don't think she's fried.
Yeah, what I'm getting at though is when Julia was on top, it was clear cut. Nobody rivaled her.
Yeah.
But now if she does, like, it's clear cut. Stephanie is right there with her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all because of a minor injury that she had that took her out for 2 months, completely changed everything. And on top of that, that gave all the momentum for Jordynne Grace to be built up, and for Jordynne Grace to have bigger matches immediately off rip. And then now Jordynne Grace just beat her clean in a number one contendership match. So that's where I'm like, we should really pay attention how much an injury can really change the entire landscape of not only a brand but a company.
Yeah,
because shit, I don't think anybody expected Stephanie to be as popular as like she has become.
I didn't.
I kind of did.
I personally did.
Not to this level, but
not to this level. No.
I expected her to get over. Not just because of her in-ring ability, and let's just keep it a buck, because she's hot. So you know how wrestling fans are now. They did it with Rhea Ripley, so
yeah,
I kind of expected it. And yeah, Booker T's whole thing, that was gonna become a thing on TikTok. I'm like, all right, she's gonna get popular. She's gonna blow up. She's gonna blow up. But I didn't think she would get to like this tier. But
that just goes to show you that in pro wrestling, bro, timing is everything.
Right place, right time. Mm-hmm. She became double champion. She defended both titles in one night. Like Stephanie did what she was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it just really shows like she was like, Julia was only gone for 2 months. Like we've seen people even hold championships get stretched out for 2 months with minor injuries. Mm-hmm. But it goes to show when you off TV, even for 2 months like that, you can go from being the most insanely portrayed number one person on a brand to now you low key fighting to be number 2.
You ain't shit for real.
Yeah.
That's what happened to Finn. That's what happened to Finn.
Oh, buddy.
Like, he went from Universal Champion within less than a month to just another guy on the roster. Makes me sick.
Insane.
Makes me sick.
Wow.
Wild as fuck.
D loves him, Belly. He want him to get another world title on.
Man,
I do. I
just got title on 2K. Shit, I don't give a damn.
You said Roman to get another title?
Hell yeah, Roman going to get another title. What we talking about?
I don't want that shit anytime soon.
You said Cody?
Fuck no.
Raheem?
He was so quick with that. Fuck no.
So Raheem Mostert?
No.
Who?
Raheem Rhodes.
The running back?
Raheem Rhodes. Who Raheem Rhodes?
Yeah, who the fuck is that?
You know who it is. Y'all too solid.
Give the sign. Give the sign.
Fuck, bro. Who am I? But I'm not Cam, dog.
The fact that Khris has got the side on himself this much, I'm like,
Twice.
this is embarrassing.
MCL, who's that? Who MCL?
Mocam Lewis. If you want, I can add your initial if you want. I can add your initial if you want.
DMCL.
Even you got even get insane.
Yeah, you're cooked. You're cooked. You're really cooked.
Yes, Stitch. You saw your man's get cooked.
Why are you talking to Stitch, bro? Fuck.
He's right there.
Right there, bro.
He's talking to you. You tried to stop him from talking to me last week.
He just want to be a part of the party.
Stitch. Why don't you talk to Jack Perry? Why don't you talk to Jack Perry, man?
Fuck Jack Perry. How about that?
Yeah, we don't want to talk to him.
Why?
He's the nigga that got invited. We didn't want him.
Seriously, why is he off TV? Let's be honest. Why is he off TV?
Because of the CM
Actually,
Punk
he didn't get invited. He just showed up.
What do you mean the CM Punk? That shit was. What are you talking about?
That shit was like 2 years ago.
That shit was like months ago.
You think fans are gonna forget, bro?
What do you?
You think fans are gonna forget, bro?
Sorry.
What? But what?
I'm done with you defending Jack Perry, goddamn.
Bro, be honest. Be honest. When the patriarchy really blows up, he's going to save Luchasaurus.
I'll be with it.
Even chat saying sign him. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Jack Perry was a failed experiment.
I hate it here. Fucking hate it here.
Times chat.
This is a new record for Khris. It's usually just one.
Khris, how do you feel? 3 times?
You might as well add yourself to the board. I mean,
things that'll never happen, bro. You lucky I'm getting the sign of myself.
Just like Jack Perry being a world champion.
All right, bro. Can you just cut the show?
What do you mean cut the show? Tell him the truth.
I'm sick of that shit, bro. I'm sick of this shit.
He said, Chad, if y'all know this, you're goated. He said, I'm a white boy and my neck is red. I put Miracle Whip on my Wonder Bread.
Nigga, what?
You never see Scary Movie 4?
Oh.
You know my answer to that question.
He said, how many bitches have I slapped? 0. And Martha Stewart will forever be my hero. He said, Scary Movie 3. He said, I don't dance. My middle name is Lance. My grandma's from France. Man.
What the
Time
to watch Scary Movie, goddammit.
Yeah, bro. It was an 8 Mile parody.
That's crazy.
It was an 8 Mile parody.
So we got any other points to touch on before we wrap up the show?
Break up Judgment Day, please.
Yes.
Immediately. When Liv Morgan comes back, I don't know.
Can we send JD McDonough to the mid card, please?
Yeah, let him shine on his own.
Oh, this is one last thing I want to say. I don't know if you guys saw Strowman's post, but I will say if this is it, and this is him calling it a career, thank you for giving us some fun moments. You were an incredible light during a dark time in wrestling.
Yeah.
And we thank you for that. You should have been booked better. So with all your injuries accumulating, and if this is really it, congrats on retirement. Hopefully WWE has the decency to put you in the Hall of Fame because on paper you do have one to their standards. Yeah. So thank you for giving us great moments, great feuds in a short time span. And, if this is it, thank you. And congratulations.
Thank you, Strowman.
Damn, the Warriors is down by 17.
Let's fucking go!
At half. Curry out, though. Curry out. So, yeah.
It's the same. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Steph. But,
damn,
yes.
Actually cooking tonight.
So, I don't know. I just put the game on. And it just
God is good. God is good. Oh, shit. Ant got hurt.
What?
Left ankle sprain. Questionable to return.
No. Oh, no.
I guess this just happened.
You know what this means? You know what this means? Let me show y'all what this means.
Celtics in 7.
Let me show you what this means. You see if this is a belt? That's OKC the entire West.
Yeah, they're about to run with it, bro.
They just whipped this shit.
Especially the way they. I was about to say the way they did Jokic yesterday.
It's tragic, but that shit was over before it started.
That shit tough.
All right, but that's it. That's all I got.
That's all. That's all I
That's
got.
all I
So
got.
chat, y'all know
Shit, my
what to do,
birthday's
man.
Sunday.
Like up the
That's
stream.
all.
Happy birthday,
Happy
D.
birthday
Early
to
birthday,
D.
homie. Yes, sir.
Happy early
Please.
birthday. Yes, sir. But
Please.
yeah,
I'm
Getting-
getting,
y'all know
I'm
what to
getting,
do.
I'm getting a
to
nephew
Uncaged,
from
you know what I'm
D. I'm
saying?
getting a nephew
Unstacked.
from D. Yo, I'm getting a nephew.
Yes, sir.
From D.
Yes,
Hold
sir.
on.
He said,
Hold
"Nah."
on.
Yeah, they about to
Oh,
call me
hold
Unc,
on.
bro.
Yeah, we getting a nephew
Time
from
out.
D.
Time out. Hell no.
Are we not brothers?
Ain't
What
no
you mean?
nephew.
I can't get a nephew.
We
What you
is.
talking about?
Are you gonna name your son after Cody
Not
Rhodes?
now.
Do we? What you mean? Not
You
now?
gonna name him
I said
Raheem?
he is.
Facts. There you go. You understand now.
I just
Yes, sir.
you gonna
D's
get that
kid.
nephew
D's
later.
kid is gonna be first name Key, last name Glock. Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. Y'all know what to do.
All
Like
right,
the
y'all.
stream, share the video, subscribe, follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. I make sure to upload. I'm gonna upload this episode right after we're done. And yeah, y'all be good to yourselves, good to other people. Be safe out there. And Chris, you know what to do.
All right, Uncle
Bring
Mo.
back bullying. Yara mean.
I hate it here.
And fuck
All right,
Jey
Uncle Mo.
Uso.